How's it going, everybody? I am Donut. As always, this is a Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, and trans rights supporting channel. If you're not supporting that shit, fucking kill yourself. We are reading Dante, Demon Lord Dante by Go Nagai. This had come out in 1971. If you're interested, I have a bunch of other Go Nagai series on the channel. This is the first one you're watching for some reason. We started with Devilman, and since then we have been going back through in order chronologically through all of the series that are translated. So we have reactions to Shameless School, we've got reactions to Abashiri Family, we've got reactions to Gorilla High. Go check those out. This was coming out around the exact same time as Gorilla High. It's coming out around the time of Part 2 of Shameless School. It's coming out around the time of the Brawl Festival of Abashiri Family. Other stuff on the channel, we have Boss of the Brats around 1968, 1969 as well, just to give a general idea of when this is being published. This was in Bokura Magazine, not Weekly Bokura Magazine, which might be what people might know about, even though it only ran for like a year. But that was what Devilman ran in. Dante, Demon Lord Dante, was running in Bokura Magazine, Monthly Bokura Magazine, which I believe was a sister magazine of Weekly Shonen Magazine, not Weekly Shonen Jump, Weekly Shonen Magazine, which is like the second most popular magazine in the world, manga magazine in the world. Yeah, so it's like a sister magazine to that. Monthly Bokura Magazine is one of the very rare magazines in general where I can find like almost no information on it. Especially like Comic Vine is a great site that has like every single, magazine from every issue from every magazine. Period, really. Like, they're very, very detailed. But they have nothing for Monthly Bokura. But they have all of them for Weekly Bokura, which only lasted a year. Which, again, is crazy. Monthly Bokura was not working. It was getting canceled. Dante got canceled because of the magazine getting canceled. And they went, well, no one's buying Monthly Bokura magazine. How do we make this work? Genius idea. Weekly Bokura magazine. And lo and behold, no, that didn't fucking work. What else was in Bokura Magazine? I think there was like Tiger Mask, there were popular manga Tiger Mask, there was, Common Rider stuff is just beginning to happen around this time, maybe a little bit later, but, Ultraman stuff, Ishinomori manga, Gegege no Gatari, I think, was in Bokura, maybe was in just Weekly Shonen Magazine, but, a lot of these stuff around this time. Anyway, just wanted to give a kind of preamble to get us all in the mood of where we are, and very interestingly, this series ends right when this magazine ends, and then the very first, issue of Weekly Bokura Magazine has Devilman in it. So, very quick turnaround from this to Devilman. Very, very quick, it seems like. Or maybe this just, maybe I guess this ended actually before, I don't know. Because I don't think there was actually that quick of a turnaround between this and Devilman. It shouldn't have been. But it was, and it seemed like it was in the very first edition of Weekly Bokura Magazine, so maybe I am wrong. This was implied, I read something that said this, was one of the rare series that got canceled and didn't carry over. Most of the series that were in Monthly Bokura Magazine then continued on to Weekly Bokura Magazine. But this one didn't. But I guess maybe that doesn't mean that it was canceled right at the end. It could have been canceled at some other point. Anyway, what else to say? Obviously, this is a sort of spiritual predecessor to Devilman. It will have a lot of similar things going on in it. It'll probably have a very similar story. And of course, it came before Devilman. I just have to say that to, just to remind you. I know if I say, like, oh, this is just like Devilman, of course I'm saying it's going to become like Devilman. This was running in the same magazine as Gorilla High. I don't remember the Japanese title of it, but on the channel we did a reaction to Go Nagai's Gorilla High. That was running in the same magazine as this, probably before it. I think it probably ran fully and ended before this one started. But that one also had some really demon-like creatures, and he's been putting more demon creatures in Shameless School and Abashiri Family, and stuff. So he's been really itching to do some demon stuff. So let's see what he's got cooking here. And we got a snowy mountain in the background, just like, where the demons come from in Devilman. So, yeah. Nothing really to say about this title. It's interesting that, the title, this is also very big Tokusatsu stuff around this time. Tokusatsu's really, really, really kicking off around this time. Which I guess I should also say, just for the sake, I've seen, every Tokusatsu thing up to, 1966 or something like that. But nothing past there. But yeah, not like, it's kind of, kaiju sort of title, but not really. But, anyway, this is just such a different concept for a manga in general. And yeah, also, of course, all this stuff, we're reading, not the original release that it was in Japanese, but some re-release where they compiled it into 2 volumes instead of 3. But okay, so we're starting off in the snowy mountains. Go, 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 go. And yes, the ice cracks, a demon emerges, a boy here as well, a very similar tale. It appeared in front of me, an appearance of horror that might even freeze the blood, a creature that will change my life. No, that will even change myself! And also looking exactly like Akira as well. It's Dante, and this is all we get to see of this. Interesting, very, very silhouetted there. And a spiral, and yeah, we were seeing the spiral here as well. But we spiral back to him in bed, waking up from the dream. Yeah, very similar, looking very, very similar. But also, he's got, a slight difference. I don't know what it is exactly. It's kind of the design should be 1-to-1, but there's something off about it that doesn't feel like Akira either. So, a dream. Was that really just a dream? I know, same dream again, so he's been having this multiple times. And okay, so he's got a sister, I'm not sure if this is going to be a similar situation to Miki, or if he actually does have a sister. Okay, so 10 days in a row he's been having this dream, and it's becoming even clearer and clearer. And okay, so this are the Himalayas as well. He loves the Himalayas. Devilman, Dante, Shame of School, can't get enough of the Himalayas. Okay, but yeah, it looks so clear. As if it's real. Oh, very well, detailed there. Nice. Even elementary school students don't believe in monsters anymore. Come on. And yeah, she does look much older as well. More of almost an adult. Oh, okay, so he is a mountain climber or something. He's going out tomorrow at 5 to climb a mountain. Alright, back to bed. Don't scream this time. I love the way he does, the black panels where the hair just becomes the background. It's such a sick look. I mean, it's just, he's got such a great style in general, and already this is all of his manga has a similar style to this, even Shim's Going Up a Shiri Family, but, I think the more serious work definitely gets more out of it. If it were only that dream, but that's not only my dream. Yeah, but that's not only my dream. So he is saying, for a second I thought he was saying that's not my only dream, but no, that's not my only dream, as in, no, he is saying, yeah, as in, he has multiple dreams. Not oh, it's real, but, he is saying, yeah, but that's not my only dream, as in I have multiple dreams. Another one I never told anybody about. Couldn't tell anyone, because it was a bad dream. It was a nightmare that almost made me feel like vomiting, becoming one with the demon. It's a dream I've had 1 month ago. So he's been having this dream for the past 10 days, but this one was a month ago. The memory of that dream is engraved upon my soul, and it doesn't seem to disappear. Just a big old picture of a demon. Surely nobody draws manga like Gonagai. This is I don't know how to articulate other than just can't imagine a page like this with anything else. It's not even relevant to what he's talking about. Maybe it is. Oh, is that the literal demon that he's going to be a part of? It seems so skinny and tiny. Yeah, those wings, all just one solid piece. And okay. Are we flashing back in time, just Devilman? Let's see, ancient times, or maybe. Okay, I think so. Yeah, we're seeing ancient peoples here, running away from a horde of demons coming down to descend upon them, and they all look like that. Okay, so they all looked like that. They were very consistently designed. God, oh, this actually is I kind of like this more than the Devilman opening. Just how detailed all these people are and stuff. Less generic. But yeah, so yeah, they were descended upon, killed, eaten. God, just crushing his face. And then, yeah, jaw like birds, yeah. Bring them up in the air, drop them down, right on the neck. God. And the tail right to the eye. God, yeah. It's true. I like this is a better, opening than with Devilman. I think, it really shows the power more so. But yes, that was the nightmare that he's been having a month ago. This, like, ancient nightmare of ancient peoples being mutilated. God, just... Oh, I think this could have been better if the blood was actually dripping onto him. But still, sick-ass page there. Big-ass shoulders on you. And yeah, like, again, I've talked about this in Devilman, but you don't, and I don't really quite get this in his other series, but there's such a slow pace to it. Like, the way that he's very cinematic about it. Like, just this whole sequence. Going from this, to fading into this full splash page, then this, then, like, it's just all, like, you could be doing a lot more on each page, and I'm glad that he doesn't, you know? Like, a lot of this could be compacted, you know, into more pages. But he doesn't. He gives everything its time. He lets so many pages just feel like just art pages, you know? He's very focused on a lot of art more than, like, dialogue and stuff like that, which I do appreciate in Devilman. And then the devil's face turns into mine. And he's just biting it with his human teeth. And yeah, then he sees himself in it. Oh! Very well drawn there. Hell yeah. But he didn't scream this time. Or maybe he's just, you know, still recalling him before going back to bed. Yeah, seems like it was almost set in a prehistoric era. And I love the way he draws people sleeping in a futon in complete blackness. That's in every single one of his series. And it's a fantastic thing. But then, a third dream. A dream about me becoming a giant. Okay. Interesting. So, like, in the Devilman anime from the 70s, he becomes a giant, which is not really in the manga, but yeah, in the anime, he becomes, like, enormous, like, kaiju-sized. But yeah, not in the manga, but it was in here in the manga. Huh, that's fascinating. And now we cut away to some, you know, mountaineers climbing the Himalayas, but, okay, he hit him as well, so maybe not the Himalayas then, because it's a smaller mountain, he said. And yeah, couldn't sleep yesterday. Not good to go mountain climbing when you haven't slept. Alright, only 30 more minutes till the shack. You can do this. You can do this. Okay, seems like I made it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Utsugi is our... Or is this guy here? Or is that our main character, Utsugi? And as he's resting... The spiral, I like the way it's, like, you know, this spiral showing here, like, it's spiraling more and more outward, kind of, more like a pinwheel, but then, like, right here, why are we seeing it? Like, it's like two different effects, but it's implying that it's, like, spreading out that high. I don't know why I'm bringing that up, but it's just was of note to me. And then, what's coming through? Wait, okay, it was just a scream, but not him. Huh. What actual sound effect would this be? Like... B or something like that. B or key, something like that. Like a high-pitched B key, something. I don't remember which one. And this would just be like, whoo. But like, I don't know. What is that one again? Hold on, I kind of want to look this up, what sound effect this is. Okay, but it's actually he, yo, and then obviously just O. I mean, obviously I say. But yeah, so like, he-yo, or something different. Like, you know, a he-yo makes me feel like that sort of like he-yo, but maybe not? How else would you say, like, he-yo? Yeah, I can't imagine a way that he-yo would be said not in a Japanese-y, you know, I can't remember the word I'm looking for, but you know, that whoa sort of style. But yeah, what was that? And yeah, so they didn't hear it. Just him. Yeah, calling him. And I looked this one up too, and it's B-U. So like, maybe like, you know, like a sort of like animal sound maybe? Like that one sounds more like an animal sound, like could be like an animal sound. I don't know. And yeah, here again. What the fuck are these calls? What the fuck? And so he just busts out of the fucking window. He shatters the whole ass frame and everything. The whole corners of the frame came out. That's some force. But yeah, rushes out there in the cold ass snow where he's just gonna die. God, just the whites of his eyes pushing through the snow. Just hearing this call over and over and over again. But yeah, we're hearing the more, which I'm saying, but I think it's more like like a bray sort of sounding effect. I don't know. Could be completely wrong. But okay, so they rush out there, they grab him, bring him back, assumingly. Nope, he's gonna fight them off. Yeah, he's gonna fight them off. He's already maybe getting a little possessed, or he's just like, you know, a really weird guy who's really wanting to find out what this is. But yeah, they all try to tackle him together. I mean, like, yeah, to them, this probably just seems like he's getting like hypothermia or something. But yeah, he's just tossing him off left and right. Oh, and he's drawing blood now. Yikes! Damn. Yeah. Oh no, that was to us. I think. I think somebody hit us there. Well, I don't know. Maybe that he doesn't have the big old sideburns here versus that guy does. But and the eyebrows aren't right. I don't know. But why would we go from him punching us to then we just running away? I don't know. Still Russian. Who is it? Answer me! Who is it? Go on. Dante. My name is Dante. Why was it like this in the Raw? Dante, the king of devils. And then, the wind swirls around him in an epic fashion into another spiral. And yeah, how are you going to be like? I assume this is going to be a similar Devilman thing where they become one. How will that happen? Fucking James Bond? What? And in the middle of the spiral, a windless path formed. Oh my god. Just forms a fucking like eye of the storm for you to walk through. A silent road on the stormy mountain. I can do it. I can walk this path. That's what Utagi. I think I'm not sure what I was saying earlier, but Utagi. Or Uta-Ugi. I think that would, yeah, Uta-Ugi. Uta-Ugi. And then, is that what that is, or is that something else? Let's find out. Yeah. The wind. It's a cave. He runs. Which, this is I mean, like, there's double exclamation marks here. They're like, he ran to the wind cave, or he ran to the cave of wind. Come on. Come on, get with the intent of it. He runs through the cave of wind. Oh, wait, it was Utsugi. They just accidentally hit the A here instead of the S. Like, yeah, okay, it is Utsugi. Never mind. And he leaps off the edge. Jesus Christ, this guy gives no shits. Just leaps right off the edge, and then disappears but his feet, and then disappears entirely. He disappeared. What the fuck? What the fuck? I love the guy though. He does this putting a panel on all black. Like, you could fit in other panels here, but he won't. Because it's artistic. God, got a guy. I love you. And then just a full black page. And then, is that like another chapter? Like, are there going to be chapters in this, or is this just going to be a straight volume all the way through? Like, no chapter delineation? I don't know. But, and was this the Himalayas? Ooh, the way he just, like, overlapped onto it. And is that the same image? I think this is the same image. Yeah. He just appears. Damn. Just into life. And then, now he is in the Himalaya. Okay, so he has been transported to the Himalaya. Also, is it the Himalaya? I thought it was the Himalayas. Okay, so it can be both. It can be both. Yeah, I've always heard it as the Himalayas, but it can just be Himalaya. Okay. Good to know. And then, he just falls down an entire fucking mountain head first. This was a dream. Oh, I guess he's just talking about that the mountains that the Himalaya are exactly his dream. And into a crevasse. Utsugi Ryo, and he's got the name Ryo this time. He's both characters. Utsugi's like a rabbit, right? But a rabbit's like Usagi. So Utsugi. So okay, I assume what we're going here is the fact that it's a gender non-specified name, but also like a female given name. So like similar to like Akira sort of thing. But anyway, Utsugi Ryo, I've been waiting for you since 2,000 years ago. Only 2,000 years ago, actually. That's interesting. Because you would assume it would be from the prehistoric times, but actually it's only from 2,000 years ago. Did Jesus die and then you were like, well, actually, it would be, you know, because this came out in the 70s, so this would be, like, this would be in BC times, 2,000 years ago. And I love the way the panel is divided up into panels, as like the two-page spread is divided up into panels, as if there is any panels here. Gona Guy's just got such a style to him. But, brought, I didn't bring you here. You came of your own will and with your own power. So he has teleportation? From Japan to the Himalaya. I called you using telepathy, and you responded to it. Okay. And also, again, like, just the way he does, like, spiraling panels like this, you know, in every one of his series, but I like it. The panels sort of spiral in. And okay, straight up saying, yes, you teleported with your fearsome psychic power. Yeah, you got some psychic powers. I don't have a fucking read on your character yet, because you're dealing with all this possessive shit. I mean, yeah, the same thing could be said with Akira, really. So, okay, but you are the most talented that is born within these past 2,000 years. So the most talented psychic within 2,000 years. Called lots of my people with telepathy called lots of people with my telepathy for 2,000 years. Some of them responded to me, but you were the only one who came this far. Okay, so it's not like he is a special boy, but he's also not a special boy. Like, he did call other people other special boys, but we're just the specialist of boys. So yeah, why'd you call us here? I mean, I assume, you know, fusion! Let's fuse together, become one. I need your power, Tsugiryo. And yeah, what are you gonna also try and take over the world and shit like this? How is this series gonna end? Is it gonna end also with the world being fucked? What? What? It's very scientific. Whoa. Not what I was expecting. Crazy. I don't know. I don't know how to... Okay. What do I... It's all so foreign and I can't even really talk about any of it. It's just like science, capital S, science. But I dig it. I love it. I don't know what to say. Like, it's all hooked into the Himalaya. You know, it's all attached to it. It's not just sitting here. But trapped in the ice, of course. What is all this? Like an ancient, you know, super powerful civilization trapped them in here or something? Maybe? And yeah, the dream of the ice shattering and the demon coming out. Seen it before in my dream. And yeah, show yourself, you're a monster. I mean, yeah, he just said he's the fucking evilest king of all. I guess the evil king doesn't necessarily mean that he's a monster. But yeah, he's a monster. No, I'm a human. I have a human heart. I have the logic thinking of a human. Because I was a human. 2,000 years ago, I was human. Huh. Okay. My name back when I was human was Judas Iscariot. Okay. Jesus of Nazareth's 13th disciple, Judas Iscariot. That I can't believe. I was like, oh, 2,000 years ago, so this has to do with Jesus? And then I was like, oh, no, that wouldn't make sense. That would be more than 2,000 years ago. No! Okay. I mean, it would. Wait. AD is after Jesus' birth, not after his death. That's the misconception. But, okay. So you're fucking Judas. And that's how he's still saying, shut up. I didn't betray him. I fought him. What? Are you gonna say you did like a fucking anime battle with Jesus? You didn't betray him, you anime battled him, and he knew? Oh, you were just gonna skip over that? Okay, you were no answer, okay. Alright, help me with your power. Resurrect the evil King Dante. You're not selling this very well. You're like, get me out of this ice, I'm a super evil king, also I betrayed Jesus. Get me out of here. Show Dante's powers to the world. Showing Dante's powers to the... this translation, come on. Thankfully we got another translator for the second volume. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, it seems like this guy might, because this guy just, I don't really have a read on him. But, I don't know, maybe he is just like, sure, fuck it, let's do it. Yeah, I'm the helper with my power. Yeah, I have to help Dante. What's wrong with you? Okay, so the machines, yeah, restrict his power, so this is a, like, seal away thing. Did the fucking disciples do this to you? What's this? He just grabs a pipe and just starts breaking shit. Okay. But yeah, this guy very Rio-like. You know, just seems fated to do this. And can't really stop himself from wanting to do it. And it all shatters. And the Demon Lord comes out. Great design. And yeah, very different looking from the others. Like the guy we saw on the cover here. Whoa! Okay, you already got two faces. Whoa. Oh, I love it. Super hairy within the hair right here. Another face. Got a sort of like snake nose sort of like thing going on there. And I like that the teeth are very like, there's very few of them. It's not like just a ton of sharp teeth. There's actually very few teeth. The way the eyes have the fucking like veins in them. And the way that the hair of his also looks like just normal hair on this guy. His mouth becomes this mouth. These eyes don't have pupils. These do. And yeah, no nose. He's got the nose. So like, yeah, all the aspects that are here, you know, like the mouth doesn't got a mouth. No nose, got a nose. No pupils, got pupils. So it makes up one full face. God, you look so... I love the way he draws Demon super hairy. Like, yeah, I'm such a sucker for it. And yeah, he's got the three tails. He's got this little tentacle forehead thingy. God, just seeing it again. It's just the same image. Just the same image, but you shrunk it. Okay, that's not art. That's just lazy. Yeah, so okay, you controlled my mind. You messed around in my head so that I'd help you. You were controlled because your mind is weak. And then it opens up that mouth. Okay, yeah, what's your goal? What's the devil trying to do in this modern world? I guess I'll begin by eating you. So yeah, you just needed somebody to get you out of here. God, it's such a crazy design with this tiny little face there. Once you see it like zoomed out more, and when we see the whole body, imagine it's gonna look even weirder. Does he have two horns and then some like tentacly things, or are they all horns? But yeah, so we ain't working together. This guy's a villain. This guy is our villain. Now Dante. God, he is truly kaiju-sized, so we're going to have to become a kaiju as well with our psychic power to fight him or something? That could be cool. That could be really fucking cool. Kaiju fight. I mean, I'm glad I brought up the kaiju stuff, because it seems like it's going to be very relevant, way more than Devilman. I really just brought it up because the title was semi-kaiju-esque in the tiniest bit. But, and yeah, so he does have two horns and then little tentacly bits. Okay. God, I don't know what to even say. I just love the way. Gona Guy's one of my favorite artists of all time, and I can't articulate it because it's not like I can with a lot of other my favorite artists of all time. I just love how distinct he is. He's got a style that I've never seen in anything else, and I love that. Whoa, okay, is this like a vision or something? That can't be. I think he actually was stabbed, but he's actually got a weak mind but extremely strong psychic powers, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have a weak mind, but... Yeah, I helped you, and now you're doing this to me. Drooling over us. Opens up that mouth once more, and you hear some cries, some screams. But, yeah, they try to go look for our body. Don't find anybody. Are we gonna, like, teleport back? I mean, not necessarily. If he jumped from all the way down there, his body could be, like, buried deep in that snow. And yeah, so his sister as well. I mean, his sister was like, don't go, but she was also kind of laughing it off and stuff. Yeah, he didn't fall off the cliff. He disappeared into thin air. He ran Wile E. Coyote style and then disappeared. Okay, someone's coming in here. Like, we, can't really do anything about this, but somebody's coming in here with the police. You look like Frankenstein's monster. I want to talk about the murder. Why are we getting your eyes like this? Why are you scary? Okay, cutting back. I guess that's why. Like, sometimes I look at a panel, I'm like, why are we doing this? And a lot of times the answer is, it's a transition. But it does seem like he's eating us. Bloody teeth. Super bloodied mouth. Yes, so much blood pouring out of there. Are we inside his stomach or something? No. Okay, we did crawl away. But he did, like... okay! He ate our lower half. He ate our lower half. What are we going to do? Again, like, in the Devilman anime in the 70s, if he gets, like, stabbed in the leg, or, like, even, like, scratched in the leg, like, he gets, like, a scratch, I think, in the anime. And then when he grows to big size, that, like, little scratch has become this, like, enormous wound that he's having to deal with. So, I don't know, like, I was about to say, oh, maybe we can go big and, like, heal ourselves somehow, but, like, I don't, yeah, based on that, I don't think so. God, it just looks like he's like a fly or something. I mean, not like a fly, but like, you know, like two little mini eyes there, which they are. But like, see it in silhouette, it just looks like an insect. You are worthy to become Dante's meal. I feel like you're just eating anybody. I don't feel like you really care about this. And yes, claws look so different now. Oh, yeah, I don't see how I mean, you should already be dead. But okay, cut back and let's talk about this while all that's going on. You thought this was a serial killer who strikes in the mountains. Has this happened before? But yeah, he's not a serial killer. He just kind of went crazy. And yeah, was there anything weird about your brother before he went to the mountains? The dreams? I know where my brother is. He's at the Himalaya. Yep, in a big crevice in the Himalaya. So like, we told her about the big crevice as well. Yeah, okay, unless she's having this like, you know, like psychic stuff right now as well. Like, is she feeling this, or is she just remembering? Because it actually feels more like she's feeling that this is the case, more than she's like, oh, because of the dream. And he's coming back alive. Like, yeah, okay, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. And some cummy blood. Just a little hand left. Just a tiny little hand. And yeah, is he enjoying himself? Or, well, he's crawling out now. God damn the size of that tail. The size of that tail looks like it can grow. It was not that big before, was it? It can't have been. There's no way. I love this design, though. I don't know if it's based off of an actual depiction of Dante or something, but it looks fantastic. And another person who's missing? Huh. She is smart, and I heard her father is a scholar, and also very religious, going to church every Sunday. That's good. Pure, beautiful, intelligent, and religious. Perfect. She's the perfect sacrifice for the devil. Okay, so we got Satanists here who are looking for a girl to sacrifice. So, smart, because her father, and also her father is a small scholar, religious. So yeah, pure, beautiful, intelligent, religious. Lots of, like, yeah, the more religious you are, the better it's also to sacrifice you to the devil. I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. And they got snipers! But she, did he actually, like, shoot? Yeah, like, shoot and then, I assume pop the tire and squeal. She stops. And he just comes out of the forest, and she doesn't seem at all suspicious. I'll take you home with my car. Don't worry about the car. And now he puts the silencer on. I will clean it away. And yeah, okay, just grabs you. But yeah, when he means to clean it away, he means like, you know, I'll get rid of the evidence. But alright. So okay, I see he was switching out the like, whatever was on it originally for something that's a grenade. I assume. It looks like just normal gun still, though. But fires off like a grenade round that blows up the car. I'm not sure if that's getting rid of the evidence. God, he is enormous compared to her. And yeah, from now, your short life will be interesting. A life full of thrills, fears, and despair. Just sacrifice her already. Why are you going through all this? And are you like a high school student? Like, what are you wearing? I don't know. It looks kind of like he's wearing a uniform. But, back to the police station. The Satanists are making their move! They kidnapped a female student. Okay, not the police, but a bunch of religious guys here. And the Black Mass, using it to resurrect the devil. It doesn't seem like they need to. It seems like it's already happened. But the five most talented psychics of the five most talented psychics of the Satanists are in Japan right now. Looks like they're gonna start it now. Okay? I mean, again, I don't think they need to. It's already awoken, but this is so cool though. I actually love the fact that we just have like dueling Satanists and I assume Christians here. It looks like they're Christian or something. Like a Catholic specifically, I would assume. But yeah, this is dope. The one thing that I really was disappointed in Devilman was, like, there was, like, implied, like, we were going to do something like this, and then it never really went anywhere. I mean, in general, Devilman, I like a lot of the ideas in Devilman, but overall, I think Devilman is by far his worst series out of the ones I've read, just because, like, I mean, he was all over the place with it. It's not a great story, but, you know, a lot of the adaptations and stuff that's come since have really improved it. Yeah, and the increase in the number of Satanists these days is extraordinary. I mean, buddy, you ain't even prepared. You are in 1971. Just wait like a year or two more, and it's going to be even crazier than it is right now. But, I mean, that is true. 1970, 1971. Boom, a Satanist. Satanist, bam, you know, goes from, like, almost nothing to, like, a major mainstream thing. Like, hugely mainstream. So, yeah, I get why they're like, man, we're fucked. We got like 1 billion Satanists. Maybe not that many, but... And yeah, like in the 16th century, back then we all worked together, and through a witch hunt we could avert the threat. So the witch hunt was needed, it was real. But I don't think we could do that again. And yeah, the witch hunt started in France in the 13th century, and during its peak in the 17th century. It drove all of Western Europe into chaos. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like it helped. He averted the threat by throwing everything into chaos. Disregarding the wealth or social status of a person. Those who were suspected of being... Disregarding the wealth or social status of a person! What do you mean that's the whole thing?! Those who were suspected of being a witch were brought to trial and tortured till they admitted that they were indeed guilty. Those who confessed had to face a horrible death, such as being burned alive. Almost 9 million people were killed. Yeah, this was needed for people who don't know about it. Saying disregarding the wealth or social status of a person. Why'd you throw that in there? That's blatantly not true. What the fuck? And okay, so they're not thinking it's going to be Dante. They're just like, oh, I wonder what demon they're going to summon, or devil. Azathoth, Beelzebub, Lucifer, maybe something worse. Satan. No, maybe it's something worse than Satan. I like that Devilman actually went back on that. Devilman was like, no, Satan is the worst. But the evil King Dante. I mean, I truly don't know the difference at all between Dante, Satan, Lucifer, Beelzebub, Azathoth. I don't know what the difference between any of them is. I always just put them all as one person in my mind. And yeah, that's making them a sweat. But I mean, truly, like, with like, this is like 9 million people were killed. Probably 9 million were, I mean, like, with the context of this series, with this being a canon thing, let's say, maybe, like, you know, let's be real generous. Let's say half were, you know, were innocent. I feel like now that it's 1971, you're going to have the vast majority of them, you're going to have millions who are actually, you know, real Satanists, not just innocent people that are being burned at the stake. But so you're going to really, you have it out for you, you know, this is going to be bad. But again, it didn't matter because they didn't summon Demon Lord Dante, so none of this really matters. They're just completely wrong. Alright, gather comrades and weapons, let's go, ruin the Black Mass. And alright, hopefully they can get there in time. You want to know why you were kidnapped? You want to know why you're in all this trouble? Okay, you look like you want to know. We don't want money, we need your body itself. So we don't even have to contact your home. No one's gonna know. Yeah, no one's even gonna know you're kidnapped for a long while. And even if they should find out, they won't have any clues to follow. I mean, the exploded police car? And the police can't do much about it. And, someone's following them. Okay. Get rid of him in the next turn. Oh, this guy's face is very interesting. Like, Gona guy's drawn nothing like this before. I wonder if he's supposed to be like a foreigner or something? I don't think so. But, like, in general, like, both, this guy's definitely much more normal, but, like, this guy, yeah, he's never drawn anybody like that before. But, brings out a Tommy gun, yeah, and then gets out, and then waits for him to come around the corner, and unload into him. God, these guys don't give a fuck. Blow up the car again. Surely you're not leaving a fucking trail. And then he's like, oh shit, too big of an explosion. Oh, and did he die? He died the goddamn explosion. He sacrificed his life for the devil. Did he mean to do that? I don't think he did. Seems like he did not intend for this to happen. Oh, but also, this guy had like a fucking nice-ass car. Extremely nice car. God damn. And yeah, she's realizing they're Satanists. They're going against everything she believes in. Zealots. Did you add a space here? How did this end up like that? Sacrificing a black mass. Oh, great panel. Great panel. And, what the hell is this? Oh, okay. They're walking through the woods in like a path, like a, winding path up a mountain. Got candles in hands. Got their black robes on. I've been waiting. I mean, they're all been waiting for this day, but like, are we gonna get like more about you? Maybe not. Oh, if you hadn't left us the Book of Prophecies, we all would have died out of despair. Give me your backstory. What do you mean? What do you mean you would have all died of despair? What do you mean? Or just like because you would have been Satanist, been like, but there's nothing we could do, and that's why you would have died of despair. I don't know. But and evil King Satan. Okay. Yeah, they have been saying Satan. They did say Satan here, and I didn't react to it. But did he say Satan back? He said the devil. Yeah, sacrifice his life for the devil. So like the devil, Satan, but they're not trying to bring back Dante like the Catholics think. They are just trying to bring back either Satan or the devil. We'll assume Satan because he says Satan here, and then he says evil King Satan here. So. Oh, never mind. The day of the great evil King Dante's awakening. Okay, so all these Satanists are just saying Satan, Dante, Beelzebub, Azathoth, all these are just one guy. So they're saying all this to one guy. The Catholics are saying, no, those are all separate guys, but like both groups do not agree. Okay, and then what I love, clouds cover the moon. Moon's not allowed to see. It's too naughty for you, moon. And okay, we got a big Catholic church here up in the mountains. Warriors of God, once again, mankind is facing a crisis. Demons, our most feared enemies, are about to awaken. And okay, yeah, they got a large crowd here. Yeah, like, I wonder if like some of these are foreigners as well. Huh? Like, yeah, this crowd looks like it's a very like multinational group here. I mean, same with like the guy. Maybe I'm not sure. Oh no, okay, this is just that guy we saw earlier. Okay, just getting to see. Again, I love when Gonagai just shows us some random ass people. I love it. Like any other series, when you have reaction shots or group shots, like here's the guys here, it's people who are gonna be important. Gonagai, almost never the case. It's just like here is some random fucking designs of guys who are here. And I love that. I really wish more series did that. I would fucking love it. But alright, yeah, gotta kill every last one of the Satanists. He's got some cool designs. Like, again, I would love to just do, like, a video of, like, my top 20 Gonagai designs from, like, the 70s or something. That's only, how would I phrase it? Like, my top 10 non-named Gonagai designs. Even then, like, demons would come up. I specifically mean, like, just the humans that we get random shots of that have interesting designs. It really shows that he does not have a same face problem. Like, when he does have characters with the same face, like, Utsugi and Akira, it's because of an intentional thing. It's almost like a star system sort of thing, like Tezuka. Because he does not have a same face problem. He can go all over. He's got a big variety. And alright, good luck to all of you! And then, yeah, okay, so yeah, definitely some foreigners here as well. Love his eyebrows. Everybody's got great eyebrows. Okay, hey, Sosuke, get your machine gun. You can get to see some named people here. Okay, he just slices it up. No need. I, Oshiba Sosuke, don't need such a toy in battle. And yeah, he just got like a little knife. Doesn't really feel like I'm killing someone if I don't use this. So you guys are all fucking pieces of... I mean, of course, they're Catholics. But back to our Black Mass. We have just like completely done away with our main character. God, what the fuck am I looking at? What is this? These guys got some great designs, though. I'm honestly really liking this kind of more than Devilman. I think the characters in Devilman are much better. But I think the plot is better in this. At least like the start. We'll see as it goes, but it's a much more hooking start. Versus like Devilman was trying to be more of an episodic sort of thing, but it wasn't really that at all. But like, it was kind of trying to be that when it didn't want to be that. Like, I think Devilman, just has a lot of like corporate issues. It has editor issues. It has magazine issues that this one isn't seeming to have from the get-go. But considering it was canceled along with Devilman, it might also, end up like that in the end. I love a good like moon kind of face, a concave kind of face. I dig it. But yeah, some wacky looking people here. They got the wacky ones. The Catholics all got the cool shonen guys. They got, cool ass like people that you would imagine being like in a spy movie at this time, or like a kaiju movie at this time or something. They all got the full black uniforms on. They're just the cool army. And then we have all of these goofuses that are wacky as shit. And okay, they covered her up. How nice. They covered her up with a sheet. And she's like chained to two candles. Oh, the fact they covered her up with a sheet, I just find that so funny. And they got her in a huge ritual circle here. God damn. Did he just copy and paste? No, he didn't copy and paste. Then he did redraw it. Alright. Yeah, how is it going to go? Because, like, are they going to, like, teleport him here, maybe? Maybe that's what we're going to do. Like, they're just going to teleport Dante here. Or maybe they're going to teleport Utsugi here by accident. In 1980, the era of God will end. Is that to say that this is taking place in 1980? Or is that to say, like, in 9 years, the era of God will end? But this will take 9 years. From 1980 on, the era of the devil will begin. This is the first year of the devil's calendar. Okay, so this is, like, taking place about 10 years in the future. Which, yeah, they have some, like, crazy technology and shit, so. But, yeah. Sometimes, like, we see that in a lot of stuff. It's an Abashiri family. I don't think that's taking place in the future. Ooh. Oh, I thought that was, like, his fingers for a second, but that's just, like, the negative space between Dante here. When the evil King Dante makes his great appearance, that is when the age of the devil begins. Sick. Hell yeah. And okay, Dante will destroy the civilization that God has created. And yeah, just seeing skyscrapers destroyed. That's not the... What? Is this an actual building that exists? I don't know. And yeah, just seeing everything come to an end. Everything shattered. Great collage. And you have a great time of massacre. This is our revenge for what mankind did to us. And seeing them all ripped to pieces. So, are these all the descendants of the people from the witch trials? That would actually be sick as hell. Tearing the sky and rupturing the earth, the ultimate devil, evil King Dante. An immortal devil that will lead us to victory, Dante! May glory be upon evil King Dante! Let's see it. Oh, was this like in color originally? I think so. Or at least just that one page. So that must have been, this is the start of a new chapter again. And then, okay, now he rips the sheet off and grabs a chicken to, like, okay, rips the chicken in twain like that. Jesus Christ. And, yeah, the blood poured all over her. So, yeah, I guess they were just having the sheet over her to preserve her purity until the last moment. And now... cut away. Well, not really cutting away, but the mountaintop and... what the fuck? A bunch of the exact same truck? Oh, okay. It's the Catholics, yeah. Okay. What is your face? That's too droopy, bud. Too droopy. But, now this guy's asking, what happens to a girl who is sacrificed in a black mass? And yeah, sacrifices a comrade who believes in the same God as us. I heard they only choose cute chicks for it. Purifying the sacrificial girl's body and putting her on the altar of the black mass. Then they splash the blood of a live chicken on her. A live black chicken on her. And they scrape out her heart while she's still alive. I heard they're summoning the evil King Dante at 2 a.m. Yeah, at the witching hour. Or is it 3 a.m.? Is it 2 or 3 a.m.? I thought it was 3 a.m. actually. But okay, so we're like the second group. But the assault group's already there and already making their move. And it brings out the ritual dagger. God, that looks good. That's some good ass blood there. It's not very realistic, but it's very creepy. It's very veiny. Ugh, and just like thick and black. It's like how Junji Ito always draws blood more like it's like a, you know, a slime or something. Like more like it's a swampy, sort of thick thing. And he goes to, this is not even a sacrificial dagger, this is a sacrificial sword. Goes to sink the sword into her butt before he can. An explosion from outside shatters their forces apart. And machine gun fire. Take them all out. God, yeah, they're unloading into them. Great, great panels as well. Just sustained gunfire. And okay, how are you guys going to attack back? I wonder how the location was leaked. Like, how did they find this location? Because they were like, we don't know where they are, and then the next time we saw them, they just knew where they were. So, how did it get leaked? Alright, so they do have guns, and like, either they're picking up the guns and then fighting back, or, well, none of them have been killed, so I guess they're not. They just have guns of their own. But, yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah, blew them away as well. God, these are some high-caliber bullets. Whew. God damn, I love this. Going to Guy's gore is so good. So it's like it's perfect levels of like cartoony and gore, and he knows when to do which. But yeah, this is also so much more like horror gory than like, you know, Gorilla High. All right, everybody inside the magic circle. Everybody inside the magic circle. Stop the blast mask. Let's just call the evil king. Okay. Alright, those who stay outside the magic circle will have their bodies torn apart due to the great force of the evil King Dante's power. Okay, so everybody get in here. Everybody in here. Can we even fit all in here? And they're all really worried now. Like, hurry up. And yeah, not everybody can fit in. It's too late. We already closed it. Just give up and die. You can at least die with the power of evil. Die gratefully. That's fucked. Oh yeah, now just chanting whatever this is. Dante olakame valatolo malasolo dil caldelmil isia carin so tari pergolim veolde clibiol vaz camaro bastriel vulnabi venus meos calmilo nola nisa kinabra voca limborium basso tabrazol come. And then one hand, Dante! And teleported from the Himalaya will he be. The wind blew, black clouds gathered, and thunder shook the sky. The ground made a mourning sound and trembled. The ground made a mourning sound and trembled. Incredible. The evil King Dante's awakening became a reality. And was that maybe the end of the chapter, or maybe not? Yeah, from the lightning. Is that lightning doing this, or is this... Okay, the ground just burst open, mud and stone, flying upwards to the heavens. So, okay, just the energy trying to summon him. And yeah, they're still charging in. But, but can't do anything. Once the powers unleashed, the ground is raised, and the demon lord Dante steps through, teleports here. Ooh, a drippy panel, just like, and oh, the power alone rips them asunder, rips their jaws apart, rips their limbs from their bodies, cleaves their heads off. Whew. Yeah, you got what you wanted, guys. You got what you wanted. Just like torn and sunder that way. Pieces falling all over the place. God, what a panel. Oh my lord, what a panel. And he's got like, not just 3, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little pieces of that tail. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Where'd your little tentacly bits go? Is that just like your hair now? Oh, but this is such a great panel. Like, page in general, like, just, like, being able to see them all here, having, like, all, like, the sound effects and cheers and everything, the you know, like, the speech bubble, him over here on the side, also then using all this space for their dead bodies and rocks and everything. Like, we're showing every little bit of what just happened. And is he just gonna eat all you guys? Looking mighty tasty. But what's going on? Oh, what's going on? They're not speaking to your spirits. That's not our evil King Dante. Okay, so us from within his tummy taking over him. Yeah, he has a different face. So okay, our face becomes the demon's. Look at the face in the middle of his forehead. Yeah, now it's changed to Utsugi. We've taken over partially. How much have we taken over? I love them not saying this out loud, just in their head going, that's not the evil king. He does look very similar. Yeah. So, did we kill Judas? I have to go home. What? Just suddenly, you're teleported here. I have to go home. My shows are on. I have to go home. Home to my sweet home. What? Is it really just got a program on you don't want to miss? What's going on? What the fuck, dude? But alright, just flew away. And that was the grand opening to the world full of fear and chaos. And okay, so the world just looks like this. The world just looks like this. So when did they do that technology to seal them away? Or have we had this technology for fucking 2,000 years? But cool to know that in the future there's going to be a lot, like in the 80s, there's going to be a bunch of these like little UFO bulbs on a bunch of buildings. That's what he thinks is going to happen. Ooh, getting to see more of it. Ooh. Again, love the way Go Nagai draws futuristic stuff. In general. Like, yeah. I've been loving, the Egghead arc of One Piece because Oda's been drawing a lot of this stuff like, the old 50s, 60s, 70s way of drawing the future. And I'm just such a sucker for it. And yeah, like, I don't know how to explain, like, the way he draws a lot of these things is, like, very Art Deco as well. Like, the way a lot of stuff's not, like, attached to anything or doesn't really have any real purpose. Like, these are very futuristic cities, and they're also designed to be very, like, Art Deco, I think is the word I'm looking for. But I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely, like, the opposite of brutalist. I mean, it's a little bit brutalist in some ways, but, I mean, I guess Art Deco can be brutalist even in art alone. But he flies through the cities. Is this... Yeah. Are you going to Utsugi's home? And he crashes through another window, which cracks through all the wall and makes the whole house fall down, I feel like. What is going on? Are you waking up from another dream? No? Okay. He just, like, ran into a building or something by accident. I don't know. Is he a bird that flew into a fucking window? Like, I can't tell what's happening on this page here, or this panel here. I don't know. Like, obviously there's a building and some rubble, but what? I don't know. The whole building collapses, and then people nearby are getting crushed by the rocks and stuff. Every time, it's like, how did a rock fall on you when your hand and head came off? How the hell did that happen? And this rock fell so fast that it shot through your head like a bullet? That feels crazy. Where are these rocks coming from? That can't be pieces of the building. He loves drawing cars explode. He loves it. What the fuck was all that? What the fuck was all that? Explain. Or is he just causing chaos? I thought he wanted to go home. I don't know. And now he stands atop some giant building where, again, there's a big old, like, observer deck at the top. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Oh, that's the end of the chapter. Okay. This had to have been an assistant drawing these. This had to have been an assistant. There's no way Go Nagai drew those. No way. But, oh, it's finally made its appearance. Other guys know about it too? Just random people know about it? Or, I don't know. It finally made its appearance? Is that just like the narrator? Or maybe that's just like the narrator. But good God! It took a couple volumes for us to get here in fucking Devilman. But we are right out the gate doing this shit. Right out the gate. And yeah, this is 100% like this, not drawn by Go Nagai. These guys, drawn by Go Nagai. Maybe not even these guys, but definitely these guys. But interesting that there is, like, kind of... I do think all the way out to the background, but, like, I don't think this guy, or this guy were drawn by Go Nagai. They look like they were drawn by assistants for, other people. But, again, beautiful, gorgeous 2-page spread, as always. You're gonna hear that a lot during Go Nagai reactions. And just running over fellow humans, trying to get away. More car explosions. And yeah, the chaos reigns supreme now. Within one day, within 1 hour, within a few minutes. Alright, the Satanists, they got out of there. Totally fine. Okay. I was kind of hoping they were going to have to fight the, guys in the trucks, but... Okay, in Nagoya is where we're at. Okay, that's good to know. It's about 20 meters tall. It has wings like a bat. Buildings are getting destroyed, and there are fires everywhere. Lots of people getting killed. And yeah, they're having fun. They're loving it up. Yeah, dude, this is like such a Ryo kind of panel there. Yeah, interesting. Like, yeah, this is actually like what really turned into Ryo. This guy, even though the main character's name is Ryo. And yeah, who else could it be if not Dante? But it's not. It's the great, or like if this is Great Lord Dante, it would be Great Lord Utsugi. I mean, also, like, translating Mao as Evil King is like, I mean, this translation is from 18 years ago, so we don't really have any translation tropes, This was from, like, 2006 when this was translated. So, like, yeah, we, like, now, like, the, Demon Lord trope, like, you would definitely translate Mao as Demon Lord, but, yeah, 20 meters tall, just fucking towering over even the skyscraper, I mean, like, skyscrapers, but towering over, like, the tall-ass buildings and stuff. And you're just walking past him, just his horn just annihilates it. I'm not a fan of when his like claws are drawn like this. I'm not a fan. And yeah, military around the world watching this all happen. Is that thing real? Where on earth could such a creature exist? The biologists say that it must have appeared from somewhere. I don't know why I'm giving them like bad American accents. I am, fuck it. But yeah, say it must have appeared from somewhere, but from where exactly and why remains a great mystery. And yeah, how can it fly with such a huge body mass? It can fly even though it doesn't have feathers. And its roar, even though it doesn't increase in volume, can crush buildings with ultrasonic waves. Nobody could have expected such a creature to exist. But since it does exist, because it is alive, looking at that monster's abominable figure, I realized it reminded me of. So, does he also know of, like, Demon Lord Dante? People know that it looks like this? Because I was like, does this look like an actual depiction of Dante? I don't know. But maybe it does. Maybe it does. But, yeah, so real quick, let's go back over these powers. There's really cool powers. Like, the fact that, like, its roar, even though it doesn't increase in volume, crushes buildings with ultrasonic waves. That's really cool. Like, why does it not increase in volume? Why, like, and from a writing perspective, why not have it increase in volume? Like, why point that out? It's just interesting. But okay, so yeah, in a book, once saw a creature like that in a book when I was a little kid. It wasn't a book about living creatures. It was in an illustration for some story. The devil has appeared. And now it is a monster from hell. Alright, and okay, now this is like back to like the very, very beginning where we got that silhouette from the other side. Ooh, so we can see his mouth. He does have a mouth there, actually. Ooh, just slowly, pulling back. God, yeah, that's a big ass fucking kaiju, baby. I love it. We are peak kaiju times. All right, bring out the tanks. Bring out the anti-aircraft artillery, I guess is what I was trying to say, maybe. But damn, great shading. Epic fucking shading. But, guys, have you ever seen a kaiju movie in your life? This ain't gonna work. Not one iota. Ooh, what the hell was that? Big blast into the chest. And now, to somebody's home. Whose house is this? Shitty translators. Tell me whose fucking house it is. It's Kosuke Utsugi's house. So, his sister's house. Yeah, so she is old enough to, like, own the house and stuff. And, yeah, he, like, we're at his house, but then turns around to look at his sister sleeping. And he's like, walking or topper on the air in this sort of like negative zone, not really here space, but here psychically space. Yeah, and then she sensed brother's back. And you've been sleeping through the news, girl. You've been sleeping through the news. Nagoya is under attack. God, I don't know about this page. This page could have been better. It's like, it's not bad. It would be insanely good for any other artist, but for going to Guy, I expect better. Oh, right in the forehead, but still ain't doing shit to us. And pushes back against a building. I mean, they have created, like, Nagoya is a war zone right now. It looks like it's World War II. Like, this is crazy how much rubble and destruction's going around. And again, the fucking, the glow and the intense fire of the, like, the rounds going off, you know, the blare of the muzzles and shit, causing this, this shading. Love it. His hands sticking out of the rubble like that. Okay, who's gonna be the one to check? Okay, nobody. Don't need to. You're getting right back up. God, yeah, didn't do anything. I mean, that was like a kaiju movie too. You bury, you think you might have done it, but nope. Round two. And okay, so that brought him back. That brought him back too. Okay. So yeah, he was kind of like during all that time when he was saying, "I need to go home." That wasn't even him really. He was still being sort of mind controlled or something. Yeah, how did I get here? Where the fuck am I? What's going on? What's happening? And his tail really is like, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 5. Interesting. The monster's alright, but look over there. A plane? Whoa, what the fuck is that? Helicopter plane? What the hell? Is this the Satanists? Or is this the... Wait, that's what it looked like? Okay. That's what it looks like from below. But this is what it actually looks like. It did not have the landing gear. It did not have the landing gear. So this must be the end of the chapter. And this is a new chapter. Yeah, it's in color. So this is the beginning of a new chapter here where he redesigned this. Where he went, no, actually, this is what it should look like. Oh, okay. But, yeah, trying to call out. And, yeah, he says his full name. I'm Utsulirio. Is the world going to hear this? You know, like, definitively. 3. Definitively. But sometimes 5. I love this weird futuristic plane helicopter. And yeah, so okay, it was this guy. Another consciousness, someone else in the evil king's mind. So now they're just saying Mao Dante. Like, the evil king and then immediately back to Mao. Mao Dante's mind thinks that the memories and knowledge of the human who entered it are its own. Okay. So, that's how we're doing this. Like, this is Dante, but the face is us. The face is Itsugi. Yeah, it absorbed thousands of humans' minds, so why is this one speaking? We won over it. So, yeah, we, like, sort of like how it is in DEVILMAN. We had to, like, have that internal fight, and we won out over it. But, yeah, so he at first thought is like, you know, his memory, he thinks those guys' memories are his own. But no, that's not. It is, you know, he has taken over him. And yeah, you better be worried. You better be fucking worried. Okay. Not that into this one. I feel like it could have been better. I feel like, honestly, if he was just, like, you know, that way, if it wasn't, like, if it was angled a little bit more, I would like it more, but I don't know. But yeah, so now what are you gonna do? Just be like, well, shit, I'm getting the hell out of here. What's happening? Does something with a bunch of rubble. And then actually, honestly, this is like the first time where I feel like I skipped over something. This was a bit unneeded, where we, you know, see this again, and he's just like, take a good look at that body, and then we're just like, you know, nothing to say about these panels. I don't know. Nothing to say about them, but what are we seeing here? Like, he's outside the body now? And, like, feeling himself in the rubble? And the same picture from last time, copy-pasted in. Oh wait, okay, I see, okay. Again, a lot of times I'm super confused about, like, was this needed? It was like, oh, we were transitioning. So, like, take a good look at that body, looks at the body, and then we're transitioning back to the moments. Okay, and then they show this again to show that's, like, copy and paste it to show, like, that exact moment, so we're picking back up here. Before he was eaten. yeah, what is the devil trying to do in this modern world? And okay, we're seeing this panel again. He just we just reused the whole page. And then we got eaten up, numbed, stomped on us. Remember all that? So yeah, this body belongs to that devil. It's a great way to do like an extremely low detail thing, but actually still looks really good. This looks very stylized, actually. But yeah, I appreciate you telling us this. Why are you telling us all? You're gonna try and say, like, get out, get out. But okay, so he's just trying to say, like, listen, you are Dante. Be Dante for me. Be Dante. Oh god, the fucking shading. All this going on while he's being shot at by 1,000 shit. Are these people hearing this as well? I assume they would be. And yeah, it doesn't seem like he actually has a mouth, so I don't know. Maybe I was just seeing this in the silhouette, this part right there. And the tear shed. And was just like whipping his body or something? What is he doing? Utsugi Ryo moaned about his transformation and his twisted destiny, but his moaning was no longer that of a human. Instead, it sounded like the roar of the great beast, the great demon beast of the evil King Dante. To be continued. Okay. I feel like that's a very solid place to end it to. Very solid place. You know, this is all going to go on video, but first solid place, you know, and then whatever the hell, like, you know, where do we go from here? I don't know. That was so much already, but we're not moving very fast. We're really not moving. We're kind of, you know, the pace is very slow, which I do appreciate because it makes it much more cinematic and everything like that. I will always appreciate a slower paced series, usually. I mean, I've almost never complained about a slow-paced series. I've usually only complained about a fast-paced series, so. But, yeah, let's just get right into Volume 2. Okay, we're back for Volume 2. And we got to the city behind us. We had the mountains, the Himalaya behind us at first. Now we got the city behind us. Is that like a helicopter? Or, I don't know. But, anyway, so, yeah, on this one he's got like a really thick tail that then becomes 3 tails here instead of just like splitting off from the base. So yeah, it doesn't seem like he has like a very consistent design for this guy. Like, even the horns are quite different here on this image. The wings a little bit less bat-like here. For some reason, I decided to look up what this was. Chuokuron, the publishing company for this, not the magazine I ran in, but the publishing company. Glad I decided to look this up randomly. So like, I've never heard of this before. What is this? Looked it up. Like, you know, this is coming out in 1971 or something like that. In 1960, this publishing company had a terrorist attack done on them because they published a story that had to do with, like, the royal family or whatever, in which, like, the royal family was killed. And so right-wing ultranationalist groups invaded the guy's house as a terrorist group, killed his housemaid, and because he wasn't there, he managed to not get killed. So then the leader of the company said, okay, that's fine, our publishing company will be a right-wing nationalist pundit group now. Insane. And then years later he died and it found out that he left the entire company in 15 billion yen in debt. What a crazy fucking thing to look up from this. But go to guy always around the goddamn controversy. My god, his publishing company for this book had a goddamn terrorist attack done on them because they were too left-wing leaning. Oh, and then the fucking company president went, okay, we'll be right-wing so I don't die. But okay, back to the story. The military continuing to try and stop this in some way anyway, but it's all gonna be for naught. And yeah, once now, you know, that he's awoken, once he's woken back up, he's either going to leave or this is gonna be a complete bloodbath. And I guess it doesn't matter if it's gonna be a complete bloodbath because they're just shooting anything and everything. Or we're bouncing the bullet. Doesn't look like we're bouncing the bullets off. It looks like they're just straight up shooting the buildings too. But, yeah, so, okay, yeah, so, like, in his, okay, wow, I was gonna say from the, I'm no longer human, I thought it was gonna be, like, him kind of going crazy, but, like, the kill tried to kill me, okay, no, so he is kind of going crazy, but he's, you know, taking this as a more, like, excuse to be evil. And, yeah, okay, so he is crying about it, yeah, so it is sort of him going crazy, going, like, you know, I don't want to live this life, so kill me, just kill me, but they can't kill him. And yeah, these scans seem like a lot worse than the ones we were reading, sadly. I was hoping they'd be better, but nah, worse. And yeah, he's just begging to die. Erase my disgusting figure from this world. But what could possibly kill you? Like, how does this series even possibly end? Who knows? And this guy's still just trying to, like, get to him. I mean, this is where'd you guys get this vehicle? This is crazy. It's, like, staying alive during all of this destruction. But yeah, as Dante, you should just carry out Dante's mission. You're dead, Utsugi. Live as Dante. Maybe he will. Okay, there we go. Now his ship does indeed explode. Goes down with the rest of them. And, yeah, this is just them firing at him, not him firing off a big old blast. But he's ignoring it. Ignoring the guy in the helicopter. But no, they can't destroy you. I mean, truly, like, if they can't destroy him, he's going to have this complex of, like, well, I guess I should just be Dante. Like, this really is the moment. He's not listening to the other guy. He's not quickly just going, like, oh, maybe I should. Like, you know, this is the moment. But it doesn't matter if this is the moment. It won't matter. And destroy what remains human. So he's not even trying to say, like, destroy the monster pass. He's just like, destroy me, Utsugi, not Dante. I know you can't kill Dante, but you can probably kill me. And then his sorrow turned to anger. Why aren't you killing me? Why can't you kill me? Ugh. This is just like his tail. Yeah. God, what a demon. What a demon. So much more demon-esque than anything from Devilman. Everything from Devilman, now that I've read his older series, feels like just guys. Like, you know, from like Abashiri Family and Shameless School and especially Gorilla High. Like, it's like, you know, the demons in Devilman look just like guys from those series. So now in retrospect, it's like demons, Devilman feels less like there's demons in it, more like just a bunch of weird guys. But this is like extremely demonic. The silhouette especially. Just raining like meteors upon them. That's how big this rubble is. Grabbing the tank itself, just flipping it. That's not even a tank. That's just a artillery or whatever. But he's gonna use that to break the other ones like he's got a toy. So okay, okay, a napalm bomb. We'll drop a napalm bomb on it from the sky. Whole city will be incinerated. Not like it matters at this point. It's already gone. The whole city's already gone. And, okay, now you're explaining what a napalm bomb is. Honestly, this is what I love about old manga, old comics. Old manga and old comics is the exact same thing. It's like, let me explain what this is. Versus, truly, most modern comics are like, we're not going to explain it to you. Google it or shut the fuck up. But, like, I much prefer them telling me in the manga itself. So a napalm bomb contains nephosenite and palm oil, as well as highly flammable substances such as magnesium, termite, and natrium. When it explodes, it causes fire within a width of 500 meters? A height of 2,000 meters, and 2,000 degrees Celsius of heat. Jesus Christ! I knew napalm bombs were bad. I don't think I ever knew how extremely bad this was. And yeah, like, fire can't be extinguished by water. It's impossible to extinguish until it burns itself out. I knew that aspect of it, but I did not know the, like, actual numbers. 500 meters? 2,000 meters of height? And 2,000 degrees Celsius of heat. That's absurd. Like, the boiling point of oil is, like, 200 degrees. This is 2,000 degrees. Jesus. But I mean, if this doesn't kill him, what the fuck does? And yeah, now he's fully embraced the I'm just going to become Dante then. That's all I can do. That's what I'll do. I don't know, he kind of came to that decision very quickly, though. But, oh, sick as hell shot, though. Love this. Never seen a perspective like this in manga. Never. But, alright, it launches that napalm. It's going to kill all the troops there as well. They didn't even bring that up, but it's going to kill all the troops. But alright, let's see how he fares. He's been in the fucking fires of hell, so this might not be comparable. Yeah, you really think you can defeat Mal Dante with that? With 2,000 degrees? Oh my god. Oh, who's there? There's someone in those 2,000 degrees Celsius flames. Who is it? An enemy? Who the fuck? Okay, another demon with another face on it? Out of nowhere? What the fuck is this thing? What the fuck is this thing? Where did this come from? Long time no see, Dante! You've forgotten the demon beast Xenon. Okay, so Xenon, the same, naming scheme from DEVILMAN. I don't know if these are real thing. Like, are these actual demon names from stuff? I guess I would have no way of knowing. But so I guess Xenon is like a real demon or something. But yeah, the commander of 100 devils. So I guess Xenon is just a mythological devil that commands 100 devils, or demon that commands 100 devils. I guess so. Maybe we'll look stuff like that up afterwards or something. Or is it because I'm on the opposite side that you claim not to recognize your friend? Or is it because I'm on the opposite side that you claim not to recognize your friend? What do you mean that I'm on the opposite side? Like, does he think... Because he's just saying Dante. Like, I'm not even sure if he knows that anything's happened. I don't even know what your deal is. What is your deal? Where did you come from? Yeah, opposite side? What does that mean? Indeed, I stopped being a demon. I made a contract with God. I sold my soul to God. Okay. Xenon working with God this time. I came because I know you'll try to pull something excessive. Okay. So that's where you came from. Whether like the priest, I don't think they summoned you, but they've got a little kaiju of their own. About to start a war that can't be won. To wage war against God is foolish. Okay, so we're doing a similar thing with DEVILMAN. Gonna have a similar ending, I assume. Yeah, I don't understand what the fuck's going on. I just became Dante right now. Even if you don't know, you're still Dante. Asshole. And soon you'll do what he does. I mean, we kind of already, we already did. Yeah, you've already done that. So, already slaughtered humans. Walk a path only Dante would choose. I mean, he's 100% right. And killing humans was my own decision. Because I can't take that on the only one who's a monster. My soul is a Tsukiryugo's soul. But you just say, like... I'm not sure if it's better to say, no, I'm doing this decision myself. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know what that was, but... And his face is, like, below his in his chest. And Dante's heart controls you. It was not your own decision. It was Dante's. Yeah, so it was Dante's anger made us violent, made us do all this. The city just burning around us while we're having this conversation. They dropped more than 50 napalm bombs. Jesus Christ. I don't know if that's worse than hell. I don't know. I feel like that's way worse than hell. I can't imagine hell being 50 napalm bombs. And, the horrible shape. They keep thinking about the horrible shape. Is it just because they're thinking of it from, like, actual, books and illustrations on, real devils and stuff like that? I mean, real devils. But you know what I mean? Is it because they're thinking about it like, oh, turns out our myths are right? Or is it just because, like, it's inherently terrifying? Must be something to defeat that monster. God, I guess. And if I am Dante, then what? If I decide to accomplish Dante's plan, then what? I mean, I assume death? Yeah, I'm gonna kill you. I mean, it doesn't even seem like, and if I am, like, I guess, he's just saying, I don't care what you say you are. Like, whether you say you are or not, you are. Yeah, you think you can kill Dante? Maybe. He's Xenon. He is, like, if there was anyone who could have killed DEVILMAN, Xenon would have been close. And so, I believe in this Xenon as well. But, what? Is he, like, summoning 100 devils himself or something? Dante is? Something like that? I don't know. Or, okay, no, maybe this is Xenon, like, summoning a bunch of 100 demons behind us, but him just saying, how is it Demon Beast Xenon, leader of 100 devils? It seems like something we were doing, but I guess not. Okay, what's in it for you? Yeah, what's in it for you? I'll be reborn as a god. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty awesome. And yeah, that's gonna fuel the rage within him, because if you do all this, you get to be a god. We're stuck as a fucking monster. This is gonna piss him off so much. Alright. Now, are we actually gonna get to see it this time, or is it gonna be like DEVILMAN 2, where we don't get to fucking see it? Okay, we're gonna see some of it at least. So, okay, cut through the demons. And yeah, these guys are mooks. These guys ain't nothing to fucking write home about. The art's not even that good. I do like getting a whole montage of us fighting 100 demons, though. Or 100 devils. I do like that. I like that a lot. As shitty as his art is, though, it's really not good. It's not bad. Like, compared to most other mangakas around this time, it's incredible. But, compared to what I know he can do, it's lackluster. But okay, oh, that was just... Oh, this is a 2-page spread, I see. Oh, say. Oh my god. Just a close-up on that face. He's got such a cool fucking face. The longer he draws it, the more cool it looks. Like, at first, it kind of looked a little bit goofy, but the more he draws it, the cooler it looks. It reminds me of, oh, why does it remind me of... Yes. It reminds me of, was it Icky's? Is that his name? But yeah, so this motherfucker from All Real Monsters, yeah, so this is a good, like, the mouth especially. I don't know why, but it reminds me of that. It's not actually like that at all, but that was coming up in my mind. Now that I look between the two, it doesn't look anything like it at all. But, I don't know. But, okay. They're all so just, like, normie looking, like, especially when compared to like the Devilman monsters, they're much more normie looking. But again, I appreciate you can actually see it though. As I say that, you just see him laughing. And Jesus, he's just like, yeah, disintegrating them with his lightning. But yeah, easy peasy. I thought it was gonna be a lot harder. He didn't even get like a scratch on him. This was not a tough fight in any way. He just annihilated them and now electrocuting the fuck out of them. Ooh, now that's well drawn. Very well drawn there. Hell yeah. Don't underestimate the power. Don't underestimate the evil power of 100 devils. I don't know, I feel like we just went through almost all of them. But he goes from this immediately next to amazing. Dante is the king of devils. You changed so fast instantly. Should have felt like this page should have been before all the other stuff, and then this page. But now got his eyes set on us, I think. Oh, what the hell? He's just doing like a beam, a gaze that melts them. And I don't even think they're not even fighting alone. They are working together. They're trying to hit him in pairs. And again, I love when he draws the body like this and just silhouette, but you can see the like screen tone, not really screen tone, but we'll say screen tone behind it. Ooh, okay, you're a little bit more interesting looking, still generic, but and just seeing this now, like getting it more and more silhouetted. Like yeah, the art is very, I don't know how to put it. Like, I'm really enjoying the art while also acknowledging that, like, it's not as detailed as, like, Devilman or anything like that. But he's also just having a lot more fun with it, I think. Like, he's not taking it as seriously. He's just like, you know, I like the low detail of this. And he can shoot his brains out! He can shoot his brains into your face! That's teamwork. That's teamwork. Okay, now they're starting to hold him down. And Zenon himself trying to do something, which seems like he's just hurting his own guys. Look at this little devil. Such a cute little normal devil. And the rest of them melted off too. Yeah, seems like that beam was a bad idea. Okay, your body has been wrapped by 100 dissolved devils. He took away your freedom, so never mind, he did it on purpose to, like, melt them on him. And... Okay. So the power he's received from God was just to, like, melt guys into a glue? Crazy ability God gave you. But God, I love your design so much. This is a sick design. Honestly, I love these so much more than, like, the Devilman devil designs. Like, they're cool, but, like, between Dante and this guy's, they're, like, they're sick as hell. I wish, like, you know, our own ones had, like, a double face like this. Like, a lot of the devils in Devilman have double faces, but not like our main ones. Ooh, very well drawn. Very well drawn. Again, he kind of was like holding back on it probably for these moments, so he could put all of his all into this. He's also doing like fucking 5 other series at this time, so. But what the hell just happened here? He just like lightninged our head off. Yeah, our head came off. Seems like he killed us, but can't be, right? But from behind Zenon, his tail wraps him up, assuming his tail, maybe his hair as well. No, just his tail, just his tail. This tail changes so much. But how did we live? How did our head come back? How did any of that work? Just punch him right in the gut. And okay, yeah, rip him in half. Oh, he tore him in twain like that. Yeah, he tore him straight down the mid. Yikes. That's a bad one. That's a bad one. But I like this. We're getting actual, like, real, you know, a real demon fight. One that I was really wanting from Devilman after Siren, but we didn't really get any after Siren. Like we did, but you know, it's not the same. It's not the same. Yeah, I mean, you thought 100 warriors would be enough? You need at least 1,000, but probably even more than that. Alright, good for you, Dante. God, see his organs piling, not piling out, what am I trying to say? I don't know, falling out, whatever. Defeat God just like that. I beg ya, Dante. I still remember the day Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed. Well, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? God, he looks so good. This is such an epic design. Epic. It was my war as well. Actually, I too want to fight God. But I was afraid. I love Go Nagai's writing. Go Nagai, like, he is the originator of so many of these tropes, but also he writes it so, like, outright direct, just saying, actually, I too want to fight God, but I was afraid. There's so many characters that are that, but they'll never say that. And Go Nagai is not a coward. He is willing to just have the characters outright say it. Love it. God, and it's great because he is, again, the originator of these tropes, but he is also not the originator of, like, the, like, annoying aspect of a lot of these tropes, which is that they'll go on forever and then never get solved. You'd have a character like this, but they would never say this, and we would spend volumes upon volumes upon volumes subtly touching upon this, only for, like, in the end, it to really not matter. But I like Go Nagai just doing it from the start and, like, instantly doing, like, this was my deal. I understand what my deal was. But that we devils would become even more unfortunate than we already are. But it's alright. I think you can do it. Like, and so, yeah, he wasn't worried about himself. Actually, I like this, that he wasn't, like, worried for himself. He was worried for the community of devils. And so he was the kind of guy who was like, I'm going to go, do this from within inside the system. Not like do this from inside the system, take it down from inside the system. But like that is also a typical character, trope with this kind of thing. But instead this guy's just like, no, not that. I'm just going into the system to work with the system to prevent, more unfortunate things from happening. Like, again, you have that character a lot too, with the person who becomes the bootlicker in order to, prevent worse things from happening to the community as a whole. God, he's like cradling him as he's dying. Tell me, I don't understand. An army, assemble an army, a devil army. Alright. I really hope this series can do all the shit that I really wanted from Devilman that we never got to. And how do we go about doing that? So, your King Satan's power, borrow it. The devils, please lead them. Okay. I mean, you also have like an army of devils that God gave you? What was up with that? Must be careful about Adam and Eve. We're setting up a lot of stuff that we only have about another half a volume to solve. I mean, in reality, we have a space of about like 2 full volumes. Not really, actually. Not really. We have about the space of 1 full normal volume now. So we have a normal Tankuban's amount of worth of time to do all of this, which, of course, we're not going to get to. Like Devilman, we're going to set up 1,000 things we're never going to get to. But because there's all these spin-offs and everything like that, hopefully those will get to them. I don't understand anything. Who's God? Who's the devils? Who are we? Why I turn into Jerry Seinfeld when I do a question? Okay. It ends another third of our book here. We had the first bit was 300 pages worth of like the first part of the story. I mean, you could even split that up into 2 seconds, but I really think that was all one part, and this feels like this whole other part's just this battle is in on. That now we are going into our last final third of the story. And once again, the exact same wording. An understandable rage grew within Dante's heart. His whole body was shaking with rage. And then we cut away to him returning home as a human. Oh, I know. This is, for a second it looked like he had multiple arms, so that's just like the coat sleeves. How are you back? How are you back to being a human? What the hell's happened? Suspicious, and very creepy. But I mean, very creepy in the same way that when Akira was back, but still, how did this happen? We don't know at all how this would possibly happen. And okay, who is this? Someone else arriving to Yeah, like, okay, Papa. Okay, so I was wondering. I was like, they didn't really say anything about a dad. I don't think. Okay, this is your dad. Yeah, that would be making me worried. But yeah, he's just like Akira coming back for the first time. A lot of these same feelings. But actually, way more serious with him, actually. Like, with Akira, it was like, it was trying to get used to, like, the first part of the story. The, like, oh no, I'm this demon, I'm this monster sort of thing. What does this mean? What does it mean to be a devil demon? But this is him just struggling with, like, I gotta defeat God, I gotta raise a whole demon army, I gotta worry about Adam and Eve, and I still gotta go to school! And yeah, seeming a bit different since he came back as well. Yeah, you're cooler. You have this expression saying, I have all the bad luck in the world. I mean, we do. That is the truth. Right now, I really think I'm having all the bad luck in the world. Oh, what an exaggeration. Yeah, you don't know the pain. Oh, I love this though. And like, this is very, very fitting for this. Something I haven't talked about very much is just like how much this... I'm a guy who has the worst bad luck in the world, and I've been turned into a monster, but I can kind of switch back between being a human and a monster, but it's still, my whole life is just going to be fucked forever, and there's no sense of normalcy after this. That is the 60s in a nutshell. That is so much of the stories in the 60s when it comes to this stuff. I mean, the superhero that, like, came over to Japan, got its own manga and everything like that, was the Hulk. The Hulk is one of the first ones that ever got its own manga in Japan before, anything else. I think there was, like, the Bat manga as well, but I'm talking, like, Marvel Comics, I guess I should say. I think, like, Hulk was the very first one that ever got a manga, and was, like, primary on, like, a lot of magazines and stuff like that. They're really pushing it, publishing old comic stories as well. But in general, just a lot of superheroes have that sort of vibe to them, but I think that's also why the Hulk was, like, the best-selling Marvel hero, like, by far, like anybody. It's like Hulk and Spider-Man were like the two big ones for like all of the 60s, like constantly selling out everything else by crazy numbers. And like, one is, Spider-Man is the, oh, everybody hates me and I'm a kind of monster now, but the other one, like, but it's more of like a public hate sort of thing than an actual monster. I mean, you also have the Fantastic Four being the, pinnacle of the, that stuff with the Thing being, all of that as well. So, like, a lot of the stuff that is selling the most around this time is I legitimately might be the most unlucky person in the world. Like, even Spider-Man, falls into that in a way. Like, especially with, having a constant 1,000 things going on at once. Like, yeah, it's just something I wanted to touch upon that I didn't really touch upon too much in Devilman, just because, we're all used to these stories so much by now, but, like, this is such a new thing at this time, and, like, getting to see, like, letters, from actual readers talking about this, and, like, how much they love this storyline. Also, people in the 60s are obsessed with the concept of, you can't say they're a bad person, because their morality is not the same as ours. It's something that you don't really see people talk about at all anymore. We kind of have just like a universal morality that we ascribe to all characters. And like, it doesn't matter if you are a demon, people would still be like, oh, well, you're, a bad guy because you're evil compared to our morals. But the 60s were obsessed with, like, college kids, high school kids, writing in, loving the whole, like, now, normally you would say this person's the bad guy, but their morality is just different from ours. They're not a human, so we can't say anything. We can still fight them, but we can't say they're bad because they have a completely alien morality, and it's not right to, like, say that they should have the exact same one as ours. We can still not agree with their actions, but say, the morality is alien. We can't talk about that. And so I think, like, there's not quite that in this, like, the story is not saying that, but I think, like, a lot of readers of this manga are really attaching to that as well, of the Utsugi's morality changing, Akira's morality changing, as this happens, as they become not human, and, they're obsessed, people are just obsessed with that. Glad to finally be able to talk about that. But, we get a problem with the science room, something's going on in there, what's going on? Ooh, the angle the angle of this hallway, I mean, there's this, but I think that's just a problem with the scanulating. But, like, this angle is just very interesting. Less cartoony, more, like, actual. But, like, just compared to, like, Shameless School and I Was Your Family, where we're in a school going through the hallways and stuff. I hope we get more shots like this. It's a lot more dynamic. So, okay, there's been a murder in here. Just a hand on the ground. Okay, so the whole body's been ripped apart. Maybe he was killed by a wild animal, a bear or something. How could that happen in a school in the city? Yeah. But I already know who did this. It's the devil. It's all the devil's doing. Within yourself, I feel like this is a different story now. And this is kind of how I felt with Devilman, where while we were reading it, there was multiple points where it's just like, oh, this just feels like a different story now. I mean, I'll never get over when we were in the middle of a fight in Devilman, and then he decided, we're done, we're cutting away, we're not finishing this fight, we're moving on to something else because I'm bored. And so, honestly, I'm kind of feeling that a little bit here. Like, what's going on? I feel like we're just doing a different story now. But, is he saying, yeah, like, the devil, very well drawn, very, very well drawn. His style is really starting to change. His art style is really changing quite a bit here. And I was bringing that up a bit in, like, Shameless School and stuff, too, that his art style is changing quite a bit. But I've read Devilman, so it sort of, like, goes back a little bit. Like, he was starting to, like, become more Gekiga almost, but then, like, you know, reverted back. But I like his other, like, this is very detailed, but I like his more, you know, cartoony style more, to be fair. So I am happy with how his art went in Devilman, and sort of went away from this a little bit. But all that said, the devil within him is coming out and killing this guy. Is that what we're saying? I don't know. Not sure how I feel about that. Kind of liked where we were going with the story before. And, like, I wonder if, like, of course, so I know this series was canceled partially because the magazine was moving, partially because, you know, this series did incredibly well. It was very, very popular. It made a lot of money. It was very, very popular. And like, you know, also, like, changed a lot with, you know, what you could do and talking about religion and stuff like that and all that. It, you know, very pushed the boundaries on a lot of stuff. And, like, really was, like, a remarkable literary achievement of its time. Like, not even just as manga, but as literature, it was, like, monumental. But all that to be said, it was going to get an anime, but they couldn't because it was like, this is too dark. It's just like a demon guy killing a bunch of people. And so, like, can you do it where he's actually more of, like, a human? And so I wonder if those talks were happening already. And that's why he decided to do this, to, like, make him back into a human again, and make him struggle with, like, you know, the demon in him coming out and killing people. I wonder if that was, like, you know, a, like, testing ground, like, something like this. Like, if I did a series more like this, would that be okay? Could we do an anime adaptation then? Damn, this world is crazy. First, a giant monster, and now, murder. Not comparable. Not comparable in the slightest. In the slightest not comparable. Not at all. But yeah, very similar to the chapters where Kira's trying to, you know, come to terms with this in his classroom, listen to everybody around him, talking about the situations as well. And as he reminisces on it, the hair grows, the eyes start to change, his eyebrows start to grow, everything, the facial structure starts to rearrange. Yeah, tries to fight it. Body of a devil, but the heart of a human. And yeah, didn't choose this. Just monumental bad luck. Just fate fucking with you. But gets a ping in his brain. What do you sense? Okay, leaps out the window. Transforms, assumingly. Nope, doesn't transform. Leaps out the window and flies as a human over to a devil killing somebody. But okay, so not you, just devils that are killing people. But yeah, okay, and then he can just poof, burst his wings out his back with horns. Interesting. Yeah, it doesn't have to, like, go kaiju sized or anything. And then just dashes through him, cuts him in half. Yeah, don't like this design. Pretty lame. I mean, if this was the whole thing, I think I would like it, actually, to be fair. But I think I'm just, like, kind of a little bit annoyed that we're not doing what we were doing at the beginning. And yeah, why did you do this? You're a devil just like me! But no, I guess he's going to be, you know, fighting for justice. God, he looks so really so insanely skinny. But yeah, like we're supposed to be creating a devil army, so why are you killing them? Or shouldn't you be recruiting them? And then that's where we ended the chapter. Start another chapter here in full color. The only ones I could definitely tell where we start a new chapter is when it's in full color. And a motorcycle gang coming through here, littering his bottle on the ground, and then skidding his bike and jumping off of it. And my God, that's a 70s outfit. That's a 70s ass outfit. Holy. But yeah, he just let his bike skid to a stop. And then, what are we talking about here? What the hell are you on about? Look at you. It's your own fault. Wait, did he say something? Like, it was someone else's fault? I don't know. But okay, just a bunch of drunk guys on motorcycles. Truly just a bunch of drunk guys on motorcycles, that's it. And then someone's coming here. A woman. Another demon, perhaps. God, these designs, again, these look more like the devils from Devilman. Nobody should be out in the office district. You're in the office district. Can't get over your design's so crazy. Doesn't look like a demon, actually. This looks like a normal woman. Who is this, then? She ain't taking no shit. Yeah, seems like a strong-willed woman. Expression didn't even change. Let's change it, then. God, these people, these designs, so much better than the actual devils. Okay, I thought she was gonna like instantly kill him or something, but doesn't seem like it. Grabbing her, ripping her clothes off, gonna rape her. God. But yeah, damn humans. Okay, so you are a devil, unforgivable. And yeah, classic like look that he draws with women here, like a very like Mito kind of look from Gorilla High, for example. And ooh, okay, hair turns into tentacles, body turns into a snake. Hell yeah, snake woman with a hairy body as well, hairy lower body, scaly upper body, fleshy chest, or sorry, fleshy like upper chest and shoulders, with like yeah, wild, almost Medusa-like hair, but not actually. And then whatever's going on there, like her hands also fade into something. Cool design. Very cool design. You are dead, fucking humans. And ooh, I love the different shades of her hair there. Like this, oh, very well done. Nice. And yeah, this is all again. All of this is in full color originally. All of this. Would love to, you know, actually get hands on the magazine to see this in full color, but this is also, no one even seems to have any of the covers for the magazine that this ran in, so there's no way we're ever getting this in full color, but God, I would love to see what this looked like in full color. God, I would love to see it. But they try and flee, and tentacle hair wraps around them, and oh, turns them to ice and then shatters them. Damn. Freezes them up and shatters them. Oh, hell yeah. Again, very like low detail, but I'll take it. I love it. She looks like she's wearing like a dress. Sick as hell. And yeah. Shatters them to pieces. Who are you? Who are you? And she cries for them as well. The detail's so low here. Feels like you drew this in 5 seconds. This feels like one drew this. And is that the end of a chapter as well? Was that just an entire chapter on its own like that? Huh. I don't know. Because it also feels like the full color stopped right here. So, I don't know. But now, back to Utsugi having dreams. Having Lord Zenon begging him in his dreams. Yeah, begging, come on, the devil army, devil army, come on, please. Please, organize the devil army, please. I love just having a dream sequence where a guy we killed is just literally begging us over and over. And yeah, look, we ain't the fucking Dante, we are Utsugi Ryo. Look right at us, stare at that dick, Zenon. Look at that dick and know we're human. Okay, it is because of Dante's metamorphosis that you can be Itsugi Ryo. Okay, at least we explain it. At least we explain it. But yeah, this doesn't change at all. Just because you look human, it doesn't change at all. Oh, that's huge little ears. Huge little ears. Huge, like, Dumbo ears with the veins in them and everything. Oh, those are the eyes. Those were the eyes coming out. Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Your mouth just... mouth just taken away. God. I think the mouth being taken away is so visceral. It's like, you are not who you are. You know, you can say all you want who you are, but at the end of the day, you don't even, it's not even your mouth saying that, you know. This thing is fully taken over. It can say whatever it wants to say. You know, it's not really what is actually happening, but like that is the vibe of it so much. And wakes up in that nightmare. God, he looks so good. I love the way that he draws a lot of his protagonists. So similar. So very, very similar. He's got the same kind of sideburns as Akira. He's got the same hair as Akira. The same face as Akira. The same eyebrows as Akira. Technically. But you look at this and you would never go, that's Akira. In the same way where most other artists with the same face problem, you go, that just looks like that other character. That just looks like that other character. But, like, he doesn't quite have that problem. I think it is, like, the face doesn't look as much like it. It should kind of have the same face, but he doesn't. But yeah, Go Nagai does not have the same face problem so far. Like, the only thing I felt like where it was like, oh, these two faces are almost identical was, I can't remember his name, but the smallest kid in Habashiri family and Akira. And then very quickly they gave that kid, like, dark circles around his eyes, which now, like, differentiates them very well. And it's not like he was doing that to differentiate him from a design that he was going to do years later. So it's just coincidence. But, you know, he's very good about keeping his designs, you know, different. But yeah, so he's just denying the army. Not going to do it. Not going to make that army. Just going to become an ally of justice with my powers. Seems like kind of the thing we're going to be doing. And yeah, frozen corpse is found. Whoa, cool! A frozen corpse! Me no like. God, this is definitely a translation from 2006. And he's very worried about this. Why are you so sweating about this and worried about this? Do you know about the devils and stuff like that? Do you know about the Himalaya stuff? Similar to like Akira's parents. Who is this? Someone coming up behind us here? Oh, Oshiba. Okay, guy. Just some guy. Come to our kendo club. Train you hardcore. Then your worries just fly away. I think your body will fly away before that. He's got such a, like, samurai look. Believe in the devil's existence? Don't you think the devil really exists, instead of being just an imaginary creature? Not joking. I really think the devil exists. What is this? What is this? This looks so goofy. I guess his eye is just like that. Oh, I didn't realize that. His eye is just like that? Yeah. He's got like a... I'm not sure if his eye is like blind, if he's blinded in that eye, or like scarred, or something. I'm not sure. But definitely something going on with it. From long ago, there were so many mysterious creatures in Japan, such as ogres, ghosts, and tengu. In the West, simply called devils. What if they aren't just made up and really do exist as another life form of intelligent life? Yeah, the murder cases. Think humans did those? Been thinking for a long time that devils are living among regular people, hiding themselves. Maybe someone near us could be a devil. Alright, come to the dojo after school and I'll show you something cool. If you're lucky, you might be able to see the devil. Alright, want you as a comrade. That's why he's telling us. I mean, he's been saying it. Join the judo club, so wants us as a comrade. I want you to help me defeat the devils. What if I'm a devil myself? Yeah, what if I am one? No, you can't be a devil. Because you're the son of Utsuki Kosuke. You are closer to God than the devil. Okay, what's going on with our dad? Explain. You'll figure it out soon. What does this mean? Yeah, okay, so we don't know, like, you know, Utsuki doesn't know what that means, but he knows what that means. Huh. So this is something that he doesn't even know about his dad. Okay, now we're at the Kendo Club. And is this Utsugi in there? Just beating the tar out of some people who are already in the club, maybe? I don't know, this guy doesn't seem like he's, was this supposed to be a devil? Let's see, I wanted to show you this guy. You investigated this guy. Finally got proof that he isn't a human. Okay, so they're just gonna beat him and beat him and beat him until he does show that he is a devil. I wonder if he is. Like, I'm basing this also on DEVILMAN, where, like, this happened before and they ended up being devils. But, okay. And indeed, he does change. He was a devil. They did do their research. God, you look like a fucking devil. You look like a goddamn devil. Okay, we must have accomplices. Or no, he's saying you must have accomplices. I say, you must have accomplices. Tell me about them. Yeah, monsters should die anyway. I mean, you've been killing them yourself. What's so different? God, they're torturing the shit out of him. Look at like just the pieces of his skin that's just been torn and ripped. Let me carve your skin as if you already haven't. God. And yeah, why does my heart ache like this? I'm a human. I shouldn't care for some devil. Again, this is so much going into the 60s morality. Really, philosophizing about the morality. I mean, we're in 1971 already, but, they're a little bit late to the game. I think that is interesting as well. Like, this is 1971, where we're getting, like, a big story about this in Japan, versus, like, America, we were getting, like, a big story about this in 1961. I mean, of course, there's also many throughout all of history where we're talking about comics and manga. And as a human, I can't save you. And the girl comes up behind. Why don't you save him? Dante. And are you actually here in this room? Where are we? Where are we? Okay, I am the Beast Medusa. Okay, so you are indeed Medusa. Not a fan of this face. I don't know. Like, it's definitely, supposed to be her actual expression, but, like, it just looks low detail. But it is just supposed to be her personality. Alright, take us back to the past. Let's have another flashback. Hold on to my body. I guess we're just going to have to trust that she's a friend. And okay, I'm your faithful follower. Okay. So yeah, we'll trust. We'll trust for now. Hold on to me really well. We're going back in time. Okay, are we really going back in time? Can you actually have this power? This is not just like, let me show you your memory, but like, we're literally going back in time. Alright, this is the true history of mankind and devils, and God's true identity. Alright, let's see it. I'm such a sucker for stuff like, this is the universe 1,000,000 years ago, being shown this beautiful and peaceful planet Earth, while we're still just like in our pajamas. Or I guess like our school uniform or something maybe. But I just love that like vibe. Like, this is the planet millions of years ago. Also, we're still wearing our fucking school uniform. And God attacked this planet. He disrupted the peace on Earth with violence. Okay. So, like, yeah, I'm starting to see now why this series was, like, controversial and why it was, like, this feels like the first, like, real thing. The other ones was, like, everything else we've done in the series so far has been a very, like, evil is evil, yada yada. This is what I was talking about, of, like, the 60s morality, sort of, like, playing around with it and stuff like that. Saying God attacked this planet, he disrupted the peace on Earth with violence. Like, hell of a statement. Hell of a statement. I mean, also, just the one thing I would have said was, like, very controversial from the start would have been, like, our main character is Judas, and he's saying, I didn't, like, betray God, I fought him. Like, that was pretty crazy. And Dante saw God's appearance. Okay. Just this? Or, okay, God is the fire burning in the deep and quiet of the universe. His form is that of a red fireball that shines very strangely. But, okay, so yeah, not like the sun outside of our galaxy, outside of that all, just a fiery, deep red burning somewhere in the quiet of the universe. It isn't a burning mass like a star. It has no physical existence, just a mass of energy. But it is more than a mass of energy. It's a monster with consciousness, and it goes to touch down on Earth. And that's similar to, like, what he, portrayed God's, like, abilities looking like in DEVILMAN. A high-tech city covered with lush green, a capital of all human culture, the city of Sodom. and it, like, extremely futuristic. Like, yeah, high-tech city as in very, very, very high-tech. Again, I don't know much Bible shit. I know very basic stuff, so I don't really know any specifics about Sodom and Gomorrah. So, God attacked our bright, peaceful city of Sodom. And yeah, like, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah were supposed to be the, like, you know, this is where all the filth in the world is, and yada, yada, yada. Which, of course, if you think about it for 5 seconds, is pretty fucked up to, you know, say. So, like, now we're saying, like, the opposite, that, you know, Sodom was, in fact, actually a super high-tech, lushly covered with greenery and everything. Like, it is both an extremely high-tech city and perfectly incongruous with nature. Or not incongruous, but perfectly congruous with nature. Which is, like, you know, not what you would expect from humans. But like, it has all that going for it. It is the city of Sodom, but yet, you know, it doesn't seem to have any of those connotations. It seems to be the exact opposite. And God comes and wrecks it with violence, destroys it all. And, like, this is, like, humans. This is not, like, prehistoric. This is, like, you know, high-tech humans were doing that sort of, like, story of, like, civilization having to be reset. But to say that it was, you know, not aliens or anything like that, but God came and did this. What God really is an invader from, as I just said, actually. Okay, so God is just an alien. God is an alien. We're doing ancient alien stuff. God and the devils are all just aliens. Which I'm pretty sure is exactly what we said in Devilman, maybe? But I don't know. I think we still had, I don't know, I think that might have been my theory, but I'm not sure if that actually was true. But yeah, it was God who made the peaceful earth into a violent hell. And we're saying God, but we mean just an alien from outer space. And yeah, the lightning, you know, that's where all these powers are coming from, it seems like. God, the invader from outer space, destroyed Sodom using his telekinesis skills. What a sentence! God, the invader from outer space, destroyed Sodom using his telekinesis skills. What a sentence. Will I ever read a more crazy sentence in manga? I don't know. That one might take the cake. There's been a lot of crazy sentences I've read. But God, the invader from outer space, destroyed Sodom using his telekinesis skills. God, I love manga. God, I love Gonagai. And yeah, this looks very similar to what we witnessed in Mount Dante doing. And Gonagai loves decapitation from something unknown. This guy was decapitated, who knows how or why, he just was. And Dante, that's you back in 100 BC as a citizen of Sodom. Here in his own home here. Medusa, let's run away. This place is dangerous. Love this Star Trek-ass outfit. Hell yeah. Love he's got the fucking Star Trek himbo outfit on. Hell yeah. Oh, but what is that red glowing monster? I don't know, but I'm sure he's destroying our city. He's destroying our city using invisible force. And also, this is Dante. This is Dante, who looks exactly like us, which explains why we were then reborn and able to become Dante and everything like that. Like, he just was us. Okay. And then his entire house destroyed, but they managed to make it out safely here. I love these costumes. This is what I'm excited to read more and more stuff from the 70s. The 70s have the best costumes, period. 70s is the best. And I'm so excited to get into it, because I don't think I've read a single manga ever from the 70s, aside from the ones that we're reading now, of course. But I love how much this is literally just the fucking Star Trek himbo outfit. I mean, it would be the Star Trek himbo outfit if it was also a Speedo, but... But, like, this is the world that Gene Roddenberry wanted, and this is the world we should be living in. The males wearing this, the females wearing a full bodysuit. A full bodysuit, but also cleavage. But I love it. Put the boys in the himbo outfits. This is the future we're slowly getting towards, to be fair. In our own world, we're slowly getting there. I feel like I'll die before we actually fully get there, but we better get there sooner. Speed it up. More femboys. Come on, more himbos. We need it. And again, I love the 70s sort of like full body suit, but with a belt. Oh, she doesn't actually have cleavage. She actually has like a turtleneck cleavage. She does have cleavage, but it's in a turtleneck, but it's still cleavage. That's a tight turtleneck. Oh, but yeah, like the belt on a full body suit where it's like kind of going in and out of the fabric like that, and it just like, It just looks like it's a design and not a belt, but it is like a belt. He's kind of got it too, but it looks better on a full white bodysuit. I think like Jubei had one like this as well, which I really liked. But anyway, so we go in to get into the Batmobile, the fucking whatever you would call the Sodommobile, I guess. Let's get in the Sodommobile. But lightning strikes the vehicle. No Sodommobile. Damn it. How do they get out of this? Do they go, like, okay, all the super technology we saw was supposed to be to, like, seal them away, but was it actually, like, a lie? Was it actually to, like, protect them? And okay, seeing its face, people of Sodom, my name is God. And okay, so it has the name for God, like, it knows our language, it has the name for God, despite being an alien. Oh, it's, well, telepathy, so, like, it's telepathizing, picking up all our language, also picking up all of our culture through telepathy, saying, I should tell them I'm God. And that's also how he knows there were people of Sodom and stuff. All these designs here in the background look so non-Gonagai, especially like this guy. Again, I feel like this has to be assistants he has that primarily were for other artists. God, this is sick as fuck, dude. I feel bad saying this, but I do think this is kind of better than Devilman. I think, like, Devilman is a better two-person story. It's a better Akira and Ryo, the tale between them, very epic, very, like, but even then, I'm thinking of, like, Devilman Crybaby and stuff. And, like, then also, like, the stuff that I do like in Devilman, I think even, like, the Devilman anime does better. I think, like, the Devilman manga is pretty weak. But this, I think, is so much better. I do think by the end of this, I might say I like this more than Devilman. But again, it all comes down to the ending because I like Devilman a lot, but then the ending was also like, come on. But okay, so this thing's saying, like, you know, you just saw my power, but then over here, coming from this building, see, like, this flashing light here, but then one of these, doop, comes down and, wait, does it actually? No, okay, I thought this was like, this might be a weird reference, but like in part 5 of JoJo with the cuckoo clock, where like the sound effect was like this, where it was coming off the page like that. That's what it reminded me of. But no, I think this is just, this peak here is just sort of overlapping. But, so this monster is saying, citizens of Sada, don't go against God, obey me. So is he saying like the actual God, or no, he's just saying like, don't go against me, God, obey me. If you go against God, I will turn this place into hell. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, what do you want here? Just want our obedience? Is that just it? Like, you know, formed, you know, the religion, the Christian religion? Nope. What I want is your flesh. I don't have a physical body, so I need a vessel to store my energy. Therefore, I want your bodies. Okay. Damn invader. Not only did you destroy our city, now you also want to corrupt our hearts. That's not what he said, but... Okay, yeah, reject you and I annihilate the entire city. Well, give up your bodies, or I will, but... What do you mean by give up your bodies? Like, is that where all, like, the devils and stuff come from? Perhaps? And then uses telekinesis skills. God starts to attack! Watch out! And okay, he summons down the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Nope, maybe not. I don't know, or maybe still, I don't know. We got a horse, we got whatever the fuck, and we got whatever the fuck this is. Also, again, it's crazy, like, this couldn't be made into an anime, but Devilman can. When you look at Devilman, and it's so much more psychosexual. Like, Devilman is extremely psychosexual. This has no sexualness to it at all. 0% sexualness to any of this. Like, especially, you know, just like how this is drawn, like, really stood out to me. But yeah, like, there's 0 sexuality in any of this. But Devilman has so much of it, but, you know, they were fine with that. They just couldn't handle the violence, I guess. It really just comes down to that. And okay, they can also just have fire attacks burning us. God damn. Just instantly, like, the way these fingers are already burnt, the extremities burn first. God. I mean, this feels like fire and brimstone to the extreme. Yeah. Again, is this meant to be sexual? This one is definitely meant to be sexual, but there's, like, nothing really sexual about this whatsoever. I mean, compared to every other series he's writing and drawing at this time, this is, like, nothing. God. Oh my god. Jesus. And yeah, I could see how this gore would be, like, too much, because this is, like, a little bit too reminiscent of the bombs. which is still has a lot of like you know, restrictions on what you can show. Not quite like, you know, I'm not sure if anything has been, you know, censored, but there's usually a lot of talks around it. God, and yeah, just like reduced to a skeleton. All of them reduced to mere skeletons. You said you wanted our flesh, but you rendered our flesh off our bones. And these just what had like all their clothes burned off, but that's it. Weird. Okay. Weird. Again, like if this was drawn sexually, I could understand, because it would just be like, okay, this is a nice sexy fan service scene or whatever. But like, nope. I don't know. Just weird. Oh, okay, I see. They were so like, yeah, they were killed, turned into skeletons, reborn, and then killed again. That's why this is hell. Jesus. That's the just punishment for defying God. Oh, they burn, they melt, and they come right back. God, this is brutal. God. And yeah, try and get away, but there's nowhere to run. They are not letting you escape this city. Not anyhow. Flayed alive, peeled like grapes. Oh no. And like a fucking flaming axe, chopping those heads off. Go to guy's favorite. God, these laughs, the sound effects, fiery demon faces. Keep you alive even as your flesh is ripped to shreds. But we managed to get out of there. Damn you, God, you monster of the universe. I mean, truly, if there is any true, great, terrifying monster of the universe, it is God. If there is anybody who's caused the most amount of evil on Earth, it's God. No matter how you view it, no matter, even if you're the most religious person on Earth and you're super, super Christian, you are lying to yourself. You're not saying everything that God's done in the Bible and, you know, shit that's happened since in our own world for attributing it to God. Pretty fucking evil. And yeah, like, I won't let you get away with this. We're starting to see how he becomes, you know, like, but why do you just want to kill all humans? Why is your whole thing, I want to kill humans? Because it was like if you do what you're doing, you're going to incur the wrath of God, and then, you know, you're going to have to fight God. And his response was like, okay, well then I'll just do that. But that wasn't his original goal. His original goal was just kill all humans. Why? Okay, now we've made it into the jungle. Love the look of pulp jungles. Hell yeah. It sucks. We just don't. This is why I love reading old manga, and I'm like gravitating more and more towards it and spending a lot more of my time reading old manga than I am the more current manga that I'm reading, just because I like it so much better. The writing tends to be better, the art tends to be better, everything about it tends to be better. You would have thought that as we've had time, things would have gotten better, but I truly think like they nailed it from the start, and since then, everybody follows tropes rather than like doing what they want to themselves. Like, I think like a jungle like this is perfect. Whenever anybody draws the jungle, they just draw random ass trees. They don't draw it like a real jungle. And yeah, Dante's saying he's gonna fight back. I will fight God, Medusa. But do you mean right now? Or alright, I'm gonna force you back into the darkness of space. How do you do it though? God, this is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And yeah, like, don't forget the sights we've seen. Don't forget everything we have bear witness to. We must remember all that. Keep that deep inside. Fight as long as I live. Alright, now, where's this? A weapon? Used it for hunting dinosaurs. Okay. Dinosaurs? In 100 BC, was it? Decided to fight this cosmic monster. It won't expect that. Alright, and the whole thing like lifts up. Technology. Okay. Okay, so like puts this on and it turns you into Dante sort of thing. Also, so similar to like the one from DEVILMAN, which actually didn't matter, didn't mean anything. Like a lot of this stuff was so. Oh no! It's a jet. It's a one-man jet. I thought it was a helmet. That's a one-man jet that is in the shape of a fucking Dante. Made it just for fun, but is equipped with the newest weapons. You hunt dinosaurs with this thing. God, I love the 70s. God, I love the 70s. But yeah, this truly, so much of stuff in this feels like stuff that he did in DEVILMAN without any meaning to it. But in Dante, it actually does have meaning to it. God, this thing looks sick as shit. Why did you build it like this? And how do you turn into that monster then? Is that like, do you turn into like what you would view yourself as a monster or something? Maybe that's why. And alright, Medusa, you gotta go to Gamora. Tell him what's happened to Sodom. Yeah. She knows we're probably gonna die here. Alright. Let's go. It's like a fucking car. It's not a plane at all. This shit's a car. And what the hell? Okay, so like as we go to depart, there's a fucking pterodactyl. And now we get to see us kill a pterodactyl. Or something. I don't know what's going on. Oh, this is its head here. It crashes into us. It like kicks us. It kicks us. Or no. Okay, so it's got both its talons here. It grabs us. This is such an awkward angle. Alright, once I can see it, but trying to see it at first was... Alright, and then more dinosaurs! But, this is such a fun sequence. Such a fun-ass sequence. Okay, yeah, this dinosaur, maybe a T-Rex, I'm not sure, just eats the pterodactyl, so we didn't have to do anything. I thought this was a show of our powers, but, like, of this vehicle, but nope! And then, okay, one of the flame demons comes down. And, okay, so Medusa's saying God, so is this, like, just aspects of God? He wasn't, like, summoning creatures, he was just, like, creating aspects of himself. Ooh, okay, weren't able to protect her. Just gets fucking torched. God, but then how is she, like, here in the modern day? How does any of this work? I don't know. And then she shoots something at us, and it blows up the monster, but we managed to get out of there in time, I think, is what is happening there? I think so. I love the way he does these panel overlays. But okay, no, so he got caught up in the blast too. He got caught up in the blast as well. But yeah, how do we go from this to modern times? I don't know. He's trying not to die. But then takes the form of the monster Dante, the demon Dante. They recognize it. Yeah, okay. So that's where we get our form that's very similar, you know, kind of telekinesis abilities and fire abilities and lightning abilities. God, I love the animalistic faces on these. And Medusa as well. I can't die. For I haven't reclaimed the earth for me. Oh no, that's him as well saying that, okay. Even if it takes me thousands of years, I'll still keep fighting. But how do we get there? And okay, yeah, they've both absorbed God's power because of their, like, indomitable will. They have absorbed God's power, made it their own. And now they have transformed themselves into this and whatever Medusa is. In the course of this fight, a human with consciousness, 2 dinosaurs, and a jet fighter with all its weapons fused together. Oh my god, that's why we were doing all that. It is a pterodactyl, a, like, T-Rex, and a fighter jet, all combined into one. This is its face because we were in it. Holy shit, this is cooler than anything in Devilman. What a cool reveal. Insane. That's so fucking cool. A human with consciousness, 2 dinosaurs, and a jet fighter with all its weapons fused together. Holy shit. I love the way the jet fighter became the face. That is so fucking cool. God damn, it became a whole head, really. God damn. That's some epic shit. It was not some biblical, magical shit. We're not some creature. We're not a devil. We're not a demon. We were forged together via, like, God-powered and technology and all of this. Hell yeah. Sick as shit. That's how you became to be, Dante. What a fucking epic origin story. And you got the shit into this deck. You didn't become very cool. You just kind of got what was, you know, happening to you at the time, which was... Your hair was going crazy? I don't know. Wild. Great shit. Truly, I think a better reveal than anything in Devilman. So good. Holy shit. Okay. Now, to a little cafe. We're talking with Medusa still. I mean, he was in the middle of judo club and all this was happening. But now we're transported to a cafe. So, okay. So, no, not an illusion. Just stimulated your brain and awoke your... Okay, so we didn't actually travel through time. Okay. So it was his memories. God, yeah, this is an interesting design. Again, I wasn't sold on it because of the eyes and the expression. I don't know why, it just doesn't do it for me in a way. Like, again, I keep going back to, like, I know this is purposeful. This is the personality. But, like, for some reason it looks lazily drawn, but it's not. It's just, you know, the point of the expression. But okay, so, like, yeah, people like them too, and other people survived as well who are like them. That's where all these devils are coming from. And yeah, our rage against God and our spiritual strength enabled us to absorb God's power. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Love that. Like, that is the, like, true, like, mythical aspect of this. Like, your rage, your rebellion within is what allowed you to have these powers. And that is how we, the people of Sodom, became immortals. So yeah, like, the devils are people of Sodom. Oh, excellently drawn here. It's just sketching style. Hell yeah, hell yeah. And yeah, God called us devils. That's why we call ourselves that. God. Sick, 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 sick. So cool. So cool. Then who are the Satanists? They are the ancestors of the people of Gomorrah, the people who we warned. Because of the transformation of the people of Sodom, God chose a different tactic against Gomorrah. He changed the pressure in the atmosphere and conjured up a storm. So yeah, so that way he wouldn't, create more devils like he did last time. I do love that God learned. He was like, ah, shit. Fuck, didn't mean for that to happen. And in the city of Gomorrah, rain started to endlessly fall from the sky. Flooded. The endless rain made the water rise at a tremendous rate. It became the greatest flood in human history. It washed away its existence. Yeah. God. The offspring of those who were lucky enough to survive the flood became the Satanists. Their hatred toward God is just like ours. They've been aiding our cause throughout the centuries. Hell yeah. God, again, I can see why this was a very evocative series and was pissing people off so much. I'm glad that Gona Guy went, alright, finished with the PTA, who next? Let's go as the Catholics. You mean Earth was destroyed? And this is also like a period when, Japan was a lot more Christian. Now, Japan doesn't really have a religion, They have Christian stuff, they have Buddhist stuff, but, they're really not religious in any way. But back here at this point, they were. I do hope we get to the Judas stuff, though. That is something that I'm very curious what he meant by he attacked Jesus. Like, are we going to get to Jesus and all that? But so what are humans these days? Are they really human? No, they aren't. So I guess was, all of humanity just in Sodom and Gomorrah? But like, the Satanists are still humans. The Satanists are still humans. But anyway, humans are God. God, the invader. Yeah. He put himself in our bodies. He wanted our bodies. And that's why humans are so fucked like they are now. But as we saw in Sodom and Gomorrah, that was a, what you would consider like a perfect society. We don't really know. Of course, we only got a quick glimpse of it. But going off of surface level stuff, as we said, they really emphasize that it's a high-level tech city while also being, a bunch of forest and greenery and all this stuff. But yeah. They're really, really pushing those buttons, and I love it. Thank you, Gona Guy. What is called soul or ectoplasm is actually God. Okay, so when our soul leaves our body, that's God leaving our body. And all the ectoplasm goo is just God goo. When the souls of all 4 billion people on Earth unite, it will turn into that terrible God. Okay, so God is like the consciousness of all of us together. But is some apocalyptic event going to happen to cause this? Is that what we're bringing up? And so we devils should be hostile to all of mankind? Do we have to kick them all off the earth? And I was wondering, I was like, but, Dante's goal wasn't I'm going to fight God. That was incidental. It was, I'm just going to fight all the humans. But I see now what they meant by, if you fight the humans, then their souls will become God, and then you have to fight God. So that's what they meant. And so this is actually so much tighter than Devilman as well. Devilman was all over the place. But the story is tight throughout the whole way. Yeah, every human in this world is an enemy. Now we gotta join the side of the devils to kill humans. To reclaim our beautiful blue planet Earth. What a fucking... What a plot. What a plot. God, I love... God, Gona Guy. Ah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Let's reclaim this Earth for the devils. God separated into 7 billion pieces, which flew into apes that were spread all over the world, and then they evolved from there. Okay. And then, so then they suddenly evolved. So, we're saying, the apes were not evolving, and then, once, this happened, that was, the spark. But, okay. And this would imply, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah were also, you would assume they were evolved from apes. So I guess, actually, that's not. So, it's not that apes weren't evolving. It's, we still have apes now, we still have apes now. It would be like if you killed off all humans on the Earth right now and then just put a little thing in every ape to make them evolve a lot quicker because you needed to reset stuff faster. So, all the Sodom and Gomorrah people also evolved from apes, but now we're just, making it happen faster. And now his memory's coming back, remembering it all. Alright. Now, with our memory regained, will you actually create your army of devils? And yeah, for centuries, they've been fighting, trying to reclaim the planets, but all to no avail. Because yeah, it does seem like the humans have the numbers. The amount of devils that were around was very, very, very limited. Although they're very, 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 very powerful, very, very, very limited. Also, like, Dante has like insane powers because he's got the human consciousness, 2 dinosaurs, and a fighter jet. But yeah, and being hung as well, lynched. Okay, so we're cutting over this, but like we're not seeing this. But so he was defeated by God, sealed away in the ice of the Himalayas. And I entrusted my body to Judas. What do you mean by I entrusted my body to Judas? My spirit flew out. It sent it 2,000 years into the future to wage war in a time when people have forgotten about God. Okay, I trusted my body to Judas. I assume he would mean I trusted my soul to Judas, or I trusted my soul to Judas's body? Is that what he means? Because I don't know what he means by I entrusted my body to Judas, but like the other way around, I entrusted, Judas, like myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, did he put his spirit flew out and went into Judas's body? So it should be I entrusted my soul to Judas's body. I think that's a better translation of what he's saying. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm guessing. So my soul flew into a newborn baby's body. That baby. Okay, wait, no. So that's not what he's saying. So yeah, I sent it 2,000 years into the future to wage war in a time when people have forgotten about God, was like 2,000 years in the future into Utsugi Ryo's body. So what does he mean by I entrusted my body to Judas? Was he saying I was defeated by God and sealed away in the ice of the Himalayas by Judas? Like Judas is the one who sealed him away, so he's not Judas? It was just, I don't know why he would have said that he was Judas then. I don't know. Yeah, I don't quite understand this. Someone, please, 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 explain this to me in the comments. I don't understand this, and I would really like this explained. Someone, please, what does he mean by this? And yeah, for this 2,000 years, just been waiting. Been alone for this 2,000 years. Yeah, 2,000 years were really way too long. Crying over it. It's been a long, long time. And you guys just started, like, I love this, like, they just started out as, like, lovers in Sodom thousands and thousands of years ago. And, now they have come all this time, trying to reclaim their planet, but, like, just starting out as people and then being thrust into this insane fatalistic situation. Like, it has both the fate aspect of it, of Utsugi Ryo is fated to be Dante, he has to be Dante and all this, and the original one is, somebody who is just like a guy, but then through this transformation process has to become, the leader of the devils and everything like that, just through the power that he has alone. Like, so good. Alright, summon all the devils in the world so we can form a devil army. And also, like, now I'm starting to see why this couldn't have become an anime. They were probably like, yeah, this plot, you gotta create a superhero. We can't just have, actually, God's evil and we're gonna kill all humans. Perfect for a manga, but for an anime, I don't think they could do that. Alright, let's get Astaroth and Bizzlebub too. We're getting everybody. Oh, is Amon alive? Okay, so I guess, yeah, Amon was a real demon as well. I don't know anything about this shit, so I assume, I mean, I didn't, at the time reading Devilman, I just thought this was all made up shit, but apparently, it's all real. But I don't know Marvis, Beelit, and Ball. I don't know them. And Evil King Lucifer. But alright, they're all alive, and they've been awaiting a resurrection. It's a good thing they've been keeping themselves alive, then. And, like, and the Evil King Satan. What about him? What is this? What is this? Okay, an island? What are we doing? Summoning all the demons? Are we there or something? I don't know, but they're all circling around the mountain. And then, okay, here we are with Medusa on our shoulder. Hell yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Alright. Everyone, the time has come. The long 2,000 years made the humans forget about the fact that they are God. And at the same time, they lost their psychic powers. That's a good point. Now for the time us devils to fight them. Alright. And yeah, we have a very few pages left. Not going to be very satisfying. Maybe. But I don't know. But yeah, Gonagai can't end a series to save his life. The three, including this one. The 3 series that have ended I read would have been this one, Devilman, and Gorilla High, and they've all had an ending exactly like this. I can't do the ending, so we're just going to quickly speed through it in 5 seconds and then not really do it. But let's see how much we actually do get to see. And then come with me. Oh yeah, he's just saying that. Come with me, the evil King Dante. That was it. That was the last page. That was. I thought we had a couple more pages left, but no, that was the last page. Oh my god. Okay, I was saying it here because I was like, we got a few pages left. No, we didn't. Even less of an ending than Devilman. Oh my god. But still, again, if I read this at the time, I would be very, 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 very disappointed. But at least it's an ending. It's a, like, we're gonna go do this thing. They didn't at least speed through it. I would rather them do this, same with Gorilla High. Like, I would rather them have a, here's what we're gonna go do, rather than the Devilman ending of, we're just gonna speed through this and make this incredibly, incredibly unsatisfying. Well, that's the end. Thank you, Caterpillar. Thank you, Kisaragi. And, yep, that's the end. But again, we have other series from the spin-offs and yada yada that will assumingly follow the story where we have left off and everything like that. But where it has been right now, I am satisfied enough with the ending we got. I like the characters of, like, Utsugi, of Dante, and of Medusa. Like, all 3 of them were decent enough characters. We definitely could have got a lot more with Medusa, but again, I feel like I talked enough about how much I liked, you know, their initial relationship and then how it's changed throughout 2,000 years. But that is it from Al Dante. Again, I loved him just pushing the boundaries so much with everything here, in a completely different way than he has with any of his other, like, series. Truly, like, doing 0% sexual stuff. Nothing sexual at all. Just focusing entirely on pissing off religious stuff, and that's it. You know, it's very apparent that that's his primary goal with this, was to piss off religious people, which, good. And he also told an incredible story at the same time. But that's it. I will see you guys for whatever we're doing next, which I think is Omari-kun. I think we're doing Omari-kun next. Until then, get the fuck out of here.